Hello, everyone, and welcome to D&D with WhatTeamComp. As you can see, Comp is not the one running this one tonight. I am. I will be your game master of sorts. I am Purple Moss, Mary, Hey You. I'll answer to all of them.
Fidget.
Fidget.
A,
You know me as Fidget.
a
Um,
bastard.
that too. Tonight, I am running a one-shot, running these four wonderful players through the world of the collective. This is something that myself and our DM Guru have been working on behind the scenes, and it's about ready to come to light in our actual campaign.
Yeah.
So I thought it best to bring it to their attention beforehand, get a little taste of what's actually going on in Fidget's world. Tonight we have with us Zark, who will be playing the lovely attorney.
Yes, I will.
We have Guru, who will be playing Snake Eyes.
It's a pleasure.
Harris, who's playing Fang.
No.
And
I'm not
Kendall,
gonna get characters.
That's okay. Kendall, who will be playing Ashes. As you can
Why,
tell,
hello there.
I love your accent so much. As you can tell, none of them are going by their actual name, and the collective, they go by nicknames. Before we get going, I need to say a few disclaimers. First off, I'm a very visual person. As a writer, I have a very difficult time with describing or even being able to picture something inside my head. So tonight it's going to be almost a visual novel of a session. That being said, I am also not artistically inclined. And though our other players tonight are, I didn't want the players to worry about getting custom pictures for their character for a one-shot. So, the art tonight, all credit to the original artists. We do not have claim to any of this.
Nope.
It is a combination of very particular web searches, fantasy creature creators, as well as an AI art generator called artflow.ai. So again, all credit to the original artist, as these pictures were at my request to help the flow of the night. Also, there is going to be a lot of NPCs tonight, and I might mix up or totally forget their accents.
You're good. As long as you can tell us who's talking.
I am not, nor have I ever claimed to be good at accents. It took me forever to get Fidget's accent right, so it's going to be interesting. If I forget an accent or it comes out weird, it was intentional, I swear.
And we will only make
Also-
fun of you minimally.
You know, I
Minimally.
expect it. I expect it,
Minimally.
and I love you guys for it, because it's how we are.
The final disclaimer that I want to put in: all music is attributed to the shareholders and artists who have created them.
We are greatly
Yes,
appreciative
thank
of
you.
it.
We have no claim to anything but the characters that we have created tonight. Okay.
And to the iced
being-
coffee I'm drinking.
That too, but then again, that's you every session, so you know.
Put it through the monitor. I need something. Just wake me up.
Okay, that being said, let's
Just
begin.
take cocaine, it's fine.
Get your drugs, kids.
Okay, let's get going, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone to the world of the collective, and this one shot that I am calling The Chosen.
Still in the
Again,
world of
this is an
Ait'seh.
in the world of Ait'seh. This is an organization that I have been working on with our DM to build inside the world of Ait'seh in our campaign Cormundum Chaos. Usually, I'm a runaway member of this group, but tonight I'm going to bring the players into the world of Fidget's hometown collective in Corrivan, 2 years before the start of our actual campaign, just 1 week after Fidget left home. The collective. Though it is very large, widespread organization, it is not well known in Cormundum. If the name is mentioned, it's in hushed whispers. It's seen almost in the vein of fairy tales told to make children behave. It's used to scare. Yet, it is mostly said to be made up in the community. But tonight, you four get to show that it's not just a tale. This is your job. This is your life. You are all proud members of the collective. You are good at your job. Very good at your job. 3 of you are part of the Corvin Collective. It's a smaller group and not very well received by the other branches of the collective. That doesn't mean you're bad at your job. It's just a smaller group. We start tonight in southern Cormundum, near the border of Corvin. We have a small, really best way to describe it is a bit of an attorney's office, a firm of sorts. And we meet our first and very important character, the attorney. Zark, go ahead and describe your character and what they see you doing right now.
Ava is a tall, skinny, almost skeleton individual with pale, almost too pale skin, with black eyes that lack any emotion. It is uncanny to look at. There is something off about this individual. He wears a white suit with black accents as of the current moment, and he is finishing up some documentation to cover up the killing of a local lord in order to ensure that fear is maintained within the district, but also that this lord may stay in power, for his allegiance is important for the guild, and more important for the headmaster of his particular branch.
While you are in the middle of your paperwork and finishing up your job, a smaller member of your group, humanoid, very timid, seems to always be afraid of being around you, comes over and stands awkwardly next to your desk before clearing their throat.
What do you need? I am busy.
The witch is calling for you.
How soon does she need me?
At your earliest convenience, sir.
Then I will finish my work and get to her. Is there anything else?
I was just told to tell you that it is important, sir. Thank you, sir. And the person runs away. And we will switch to the witch's office, or the boss of this particular branch of the collective. In this office, it is very crowded. There's lots of paperwork everywhere with lots of numbers, important information, but it's kind of coded in a way that unless you know what they're trying to say, it looks like a different language. There's experiments on some of the tables, some half finished, some looking like upgrades for Carver. Sitting behind the desk with her face studying a note in front of her is the witch, otherwise known as Ait'seh. She is cold. She is very much technical. She has very little feeling for anything besides information and following the rules of the collective. She worked her way up very quickly in this job, and she is feared in the town. Whenever you would like to enter, feel free, Zark.
After a few moments where he changes his attire to be more suited for the particular job, he enters slowly knocking so that she is not startled by his presence, as has been requested of him in the past, slowly closes the door behind him and locks it to ensure that no one else enters. He
I'm glad you-
approaches
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and bows his torso slightly towards her. You desired my attention.
Very important news has come in from Corvin, and I thought that you would like to know as soon as possible. You have been called on a job, a very particular job, one that I only trust you to do.
I take it I shall hand my paperwork off to the secretary then to finish off any further cases that might come in on my bench.
I trust all of them to actually follow the law and put the paperwork in order. If anything is out of line, I will take care of it.
Good. What is this job?
The note specifies that there are 3 in Corvin who are being put on trial of tribulation. Out of character. Trial of tribulation is you 3 are being given a chance to do another job. If the job is done correctly, your record is wiped clean. If it is not done correctly, if something fails, harsher consequences follow. Just so you guys know, that is what trial by tribulation is. Anyways, she looks up at you going, they weren't given the option of which trial they were doing. A very higher up in the collective has deemed them worthy of trial by tribulation under him and not the boss. And they want you to supervise.
This is very unorthodox.
If this job is completed, according to this paperwork and the official seal on this letter, you will get a promotion and move up in the collective.
I see. And you wish for me to take this job?
We have ways of communicating, and I trust you. I only trust you.
Very well. I can see what I can do.
She stands up, and she is holding a black artificial rose in her hand, and she hands it to you. Take this with you. A cavalry member will be here soon to take you to Corvin, where you will meet the 3 and find out what this particular job is that they must do. Unfortunately, the note does not say what they are going to be tasked with, and honestly, I could care less. I trust you to keep in touch with me.
I will update you on the affairs as they happen, as per usual, and I will make efforts to ensure that everything goes according to the codex.
I expect nothing less. Any mistake is bad for you, and it is also bad for me. And she dismisses you from the office, and not too long after, a carriage pulls up in front of what you guys call the law firm. Driven by a trusted member of the Cavalry Collective. They are the ones who get people from point A to point B safely and quickly. That being said, let's go to Corvin, where our other 3 players are very patiently waiting. And let's change the music because it is a very different feel.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
am I on a gondola?
You're in The Godfather, bitch.
Oh. Ah.
Welcome to Venice, baby!
Ugh.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Last Rose Tavern, but we're not going to be in the tavern right now. We are in a room behind the bar where the boss, Von Sterling himself, is standing and surveying two of our players. He is older. His hair looks unnaturally red. Stern look on his face. He always looks tired. Kendall and Paris, who would like to go first describing their character?
Not it.
Okay, I guess Kendall, would you like to go first then?
Okay.
So standing before him is Ashes.
Yo!
Go ahead and describe this beauty of a character.
Ashes is a fire genasi who is wearing it's not the gold color, it's like a very deep black hood
Mhm.
and cloak with her hands tucked into her sleeves and her chin tilted up just a little bit, but she is otherwise expressionless. Her skin is not completely like a satiny rusted red, and she does have a couple of tattoos across her face, but they are not not there is not a lot of contrast against her skin. It has to be a certain lighting or certain power has to make them light.
Okay, and standing next to her, we have Fang. Go ahead and describe
Alright.
yourself.
I had to make sure I wasn't muted. Aang is a very large tabaxi, like 7 feet tall, large, with the classic tiger coloration, orange with black stripes, or black with orange stripes, if you want to fucking argue about it.
I will.
With... I knew you would jump at the opportunity! With deep blue eyes that are just staring almost vacantly forward. It's less that he's looking at the person in front of them and more like he's looking through them. He's got a breastplate of armor on. Underneath there's a leather vest and a very clear, very large fucking glaive just strapped to his back. Otherwise he's just dressed really simple.
Okay, and bring us back to Von Sterling here. He moves to the front of his desk. Unlike Ait'seh, his desk is very well kept. Everything is organized in its place. Almost looks like nobody uses it, but there's not dust that would gather there. So he's here quite a lot. He stands and leans his back against the desk. And he just kind of stares at you two for a moment. Now, I don't need to explain why you two are here. You are well aware of the mistakes that were made, and the normal punishment of these particular mistakes are not to be taken lightly. This is not a moment of just a round table discussion where you two would walk away with a few cuts and bruises. There would have been loss of limb, and I wouldn't be able to stop it from happening. I was, though, able to make a case for you two. Well, for 3 of you, but I've already talked to Snake Eyes. She is aware of what is going on and will be your go-to to get things going. You've been given one last chance to do your job and have this wiped from your records. Do you understand?
And just nods. He looks mildly disinterested.
I love him.
Why, yes, of course, sir.
Then know that I have all the faith in both of you to complete this job as necessary and to possibly be able to move up the ranks of the collective as I see you guys have been in the right track to do so. Please make your way downstairs to the front of the tavern. I believe our esteemed guest that we call the attorney will be meeting you guys this shortly. And I assume you guys make your way down?
Yeah.
Okay, before you guys get there, we transfer to the outside of the Last Rose Tavern, the home base of the collective here in Corvin, where we meet our last remaining character, Snake Eyes. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character and what she's doing at the moment?
I am a more red-skinned hobgoblin. A couple piercings here and there. Hair done in loose braids. It has the look of someone who normally has a better upkeep, but is a bit more on the disheveled side nowadays, or at least at the moment. Around like the tips of their ears, there's like these cracks that kind of go across them to a few of the piercings and such, as well as across the tips of their fingers as they wear fingerless gloves. They don't try to draw any attention such that you said they were outside currently?
They're outside, and you have been given the letter describing particularly what your job is tonight.
Gotcha. I have the letter, and I have placed it into the in between the pages of a book that I am carrying about. Dark leather, almost pitch black, with various different, almost like silver painted runes across it. As I flip a few pages to kind of push it to the back, as though trying to push it out of the way before grabbing it and pulling it back to reread it. Put it back in, close the book, sigh, and as I kind of holster the book next to me, I look at the tavern, put my hands on my hips, look up and go, ain't this a time to be heading in? I wish for better days. I'd have done it again, though, and I walk inside.
Okay. Inside, I take it that is where you would meet with your other two Corvin collective.
Yay!
Compagnon.
Compagnons!
We'll transition to the attorney. A very surprisingly quick carriage ride from the law firm to this large, kind of almost out of place tavern in this part of Corvin. It's well lit, the atmosphere is warm, and you are being told by the driver this is where you are meeting everyone inside.
As is customary, Carver will pay the driver after the job has been completed, and will just do a little bit of a polite bow and start. He pulls a book from his suit jacket and starts writing what he estimates the time of arrival and anything else that may be of importance as he enters.
Hard to figure out who you're working with, as this time in the afternoon, there's only really the three of them downstairs in the tavern. Whatever you guys would like to be doing while waiting, you could be conversing with one another, you could have gotten yourself a drink, whatever you're wanting to do. But you notice a obvious collective member to you guys, because you guys can tell the little things, the little signs, enters the tavern and notices the three of you.
Snake Eyes a little bit rougher than intended. And they're back and kind of gesture with his head towards the door.
Why are you laughing?
Did you hear that, Paris?
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm deaf.
She had asked why you're laughing.
Me?
Yeah, what, did
Yes.
your character laugh? Or did you laugh?
No, that was me.
Oh. Okay.
He doesn't smile, unfortunately. Can't play the gremlin.
Okay, Zark, how would you like the attorney to address this group? And we will go from there on how we move forward to getting this new job.
Okay. I need to take a moment because this music's fucking up my brain. Hold on.
Here,
So-
because it is Carver taking control of things.
Okay. Carver slowly enters, and you see him almost robotically look around the room. And he is not impressed by what he's looking at. If anything, he's writing up several notes about the place that needs to be fixed because it ain't up to the local standard, which means
I mean,
that
you're not
Your
wrong
local or
about
his local?
the core of the collective standards. Corvin's a little behind times.
That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. So he's writing up those notes, and he seems to be using a quill that at the tip of its feather almost has like a light that is a black kind of flickering light to it. And when he is done, he closes the book and slowly approaches everyone, looks them all over, and with his passive insight, what can he gauge from these people?
What's
your passive insight?
Oh boy. That is a 17 passive insight.
Ooh.
You guys can go ahead and explain what you guys are doing, or if you'd like to roll something to have him see something else.
Oh, he's doing
Feel free.
passive? I would like to go first
He's
to let the
doing
ladies figure out what they're doing. Because his passive
Okay.
insight, you said, is a 17, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Passively, you see, because we didn't describe what all we were doing, I'm playing the card game Lonesome. I'm playing Solitaire. And I do not look to you, as far as you can tell, like I'm supposed to be one of the people who's like supposed to be in trouble or anything like that. I look like I'm just relaxed, just focused on the game in front of me. I am unperturbed in my own lane. Just
Would Carver be able to gauge that you are definitely one of the people he's supposed to be dealing with, but this individual seems to have no interest in what is happening or is not taking it seriously type thing?
no discernible.
There are only
okay.
three people in the tavern right now,
Yeah.
besides an older man behind the bar.
And he's not in trouble.
No, and you were told that you were coming to meet three collective members to be their attorney.
Okay.
So yeah, I would definitely be one of those members, but you can't see any discernible reaction. Like someone you've probably done a few different cases where you've like seen like the fidgety nervousness. This is probably the most just passively. They seem to be the most just kind of taking things in stride.
So he will just quietly observe their gameplay and just see what their strategy is And then upon going, well, that's not going to work. He doesn't say it out loud, but like it's that look in his eyes where like that's a shit strategy.
Oh, your solitaire strategy is shit, bruh.
Yeah, get
Your solitaire
good.
strat. Mid.
Yeah, looks over to the other two.
Fang does not seem to acknowledge your existence. He is looming behind Snake Eyes watching them play solitaire. El, quit clawing my chair.
Ashes gives the attorney a very brief look over before going back to looking around the tavern carefully, like she's keeping a lookout.
The tavern you guys are very familiar with here in Corvin. This is the home base of the collective. You all have rooms here. If anyone who's an outsider asks for a room, there are none, but the collective does stay here unless they have their own personal residence, and very few do. So this is home base for you guys. And anyone out of place would be very recognizable to Ashes.
This is disappointing. I suppose you three are my subjects for the following trial. If there is anything you wish to say, say it now, otherwise hold your peace.
You must be the attorney.
I am.
I'd say you're taller than I expected, but I don't know what I expected. But since I wasn't really expecting anything, I guess that doesn't count. So you're here to watch over all these processions and such? These allegations?
I am to act as a impartial supervisor to whatever the trial is given to you by the supervising regional power. And that is it. I will document what happens. I will not interfere. It is not my place to interfere.
Snake
I
Eyes.
am simply here to observe.
Snake Eyes has a moment where they kind of like, their eyes kind of like dart to the side for a second, then they look back to you. Does that mean you're reporting for Van Sterling, or you're reporting to D'Arthez?
It is not at my liberty to disclose such information to you.
That.
There's a faint like flat expression that has that pulled smile of someone who's like, but then they shrug and go, very well.
You put the queen in the wrong spot.
Shit, not again. Take it
It's
out.
clear you are not the smartest one in the room.
Well, if you keep talking like that, it ain't gonna be you. Now let's see.
If you hear a rap, I'm so sorry. I have Werther's right next to me.
Food.
It's fine. It's fine.
After a couple seconds,
And-
they will. Oh, good.
Okay. I was gonna say, and you would know, Snake Eyes, that it is your job to lead them to the job,
That's actually
or
what I
to
was,
get the job once you're ready. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. I'll be looking around. Just the four of us, and I will take out from my book the paper and kind of set it down. I won't open it, just have it pushed against the table. And I will explain the details of what it is we're to be doing and looking out for. Do you have the miscellaneous other details to transpose through me?
The letter just explains that the job you have right now is to bring this group to D'Artez's place to meet with the person giving you the job. And to not disclose what the job is to Von Sterling.
Does Carl
I don't. If I'm not supposed to disclose that information, I won't. I'm supposed to bring it up, so I will bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're waiting on someone to
So-
give us the actual information.
And they are waiting for you at D'Artez's place.
Yep. So
And just so we're absolutely clear, he did put this piece of paper on the table,
in
yes?
front of myself.
He
I
did.
did not pass it over to you unless you ask for it. Which, since I imagine you will, I'm just saying that as how I am positioning it.
Okay. So, since it's technically not illegal for Carver to do so, he will just grab the piece of paper and read it over.
And it says exactly
grab-
what you.
Can I grab his wrist?
When you go to grab it, I quickly move my hand to kind of like block you. I'm like, Fang, relax. He's on our side. Breathe, honey. Do you need a drink?
There's like a very loud exhalation through his nose, but it's less the aggressive one and more like, no.
All right. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll get
So,
action in one sense or another, depending on what this is wanted of us.
I suppose we are to meet with this...
D'Artez. Yes. He's...
What?
The
Can
letter
you-
says you're meeting at D'Artez's place, not that you are meeting with D'Artez.
Yeah, at his place, yeah.
We are to meet at his place.
Mhm.
What can you tell me of this D'Artez?
D'Artez is strange. He's been working over this part of the collective, over Corvin, that is, on about, in his position, at least the last decade, maybe decade and a half. Hasn't really moved up or down, but then again, he's also kind of the boss over the whole country, with Von Sterling, of course. There's a kind of a pause, like this distant processing, thinking over the right words.
D'Artez is a raging cunt,
That's
but
one
we have
word
to work
for
for him.
it. Yeah.
That actually does get Fang to snort, and he looks amused.
Yeah. D'Artez is not a name that everyone in the collective likes, but everyone in the collective in Corvin knows.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to try and put a positive spin on him, just the most tactical for your purposes.
Arbor takes note of everything that was just stated as almost a transcript. And he closes the book and he says, "If you should need me, I will be waiting for whenever you are ready for our travels."
You prefer to wait here, or you want to come with? I don't care either way, but it'd be faster if you followed us.
I will come with you, but I assume that our travel requires us to leave this.
Domicile?
And he looks us around the building and says, "Tavern," in quotations.
Oh, you and I are going to get along swimmingly if we don't drown each other first. Fang?
Is that a request to drown him or to
No,
follow?
We're not drowning him, he's helping.
You would have it.
You see both of his.
Yeah.
You see like both of his eyebrows raised in the case of like that has not stopped me before.
Ashes is just watching them very quietly, then looks back over to the other attorney.
If you wish to survive this trial, I recommend you do not assassinate the one who is supposed to be recording the events of said trial, for that is an instant death sentence.
I'm aware.
I'll only kill you if necessary.
Oh, there's no necessity to it. He's just here to be eyes unless something gets out of hand. Or out of pocket.
Creepy.
Hmm?
Creepy.
Creepy.
This is
Oh.
a common custom here.
Breathe, Fang, breathe, pats him on the arm. Now let's get out of here before any women folks start showing up and patting you on the ass again.
His ears flicker slightly, and that is the closest to flustered he can seem.
So I take it you lead the way, Snake
Allons-y.
Eyes, out of the tunnel.
I don't see. God, fuck it.
Okay. So, it's getting later in the day here in Corrivan. The town is a bit more rustic than what you're used to. Carver. It's very... To put it in terms that you would understand, Zark, it is very Viking.
Yeah.
There is a very Viking feel to this town. There are... the quickest path to D'Artez's place is through Town Square, where Snake Eyes and, well, really everyone in Corrivan Collective knows that people are avoiding Town Square. As of the last week, there was an incident. Nobody is sure what actually happened, but it is only until recently that the mess has been cleaned up. That was Town Square. There were broken carts and boxes. There was blood. Nobody knew exactly what happened. Just one morning, people woke up and it looked like a massacre happened in the middle of Town Square. Now, Snake Eyes, you know that this is the quickest way to get to D'Artez's place. Would you be willing to go through it? The answer, Paris, is yes. It is. There's still some on the ground, and you would still smell it.
His nose is scrunched.
On.
The most you see from Carver is a quick once-over.
Yeah, you see that people in town are avoiding a certain area. It's up to Snake Eyes if she actually brings you through the area.
Snake Eyes will act as though it is not a concern. Is there actually a well in the middle of town?
Yes, there is.
Cool.
There is. And by the well, while people are very much avoiding this area, as you said you're leading them there, correct?
Yes, there is a tradition that Snake Eyes wishes to perform, quote unquote, for good luck, but describe the scene, please.
Okay,
Right.
So once you get into Town Square and you're seeing that people in town are actively avoiding this area, they might glance over and then skitter away in fear. Again, nobody knows for sure what happened, but standing next to the well, is an older woman. She's petite. She has piercing blue eyes, pale skin, black hair, and she's standing by the well quietly. She's not interacting with the well. She's not looking at the other people. She's looking at the scratches and bits of blood on the ground.
This does not concern Carver, so he's just gonna do what everyone else is doing.
I continue to approach. I don't fully ignore her. I'm polite in a offhand sort of way, and I will reach into my pouch and I will pull out a single gold coin, and I will glance back to the others and I'm like, well, this place might not be the luckiest, but last I checked, and I will flick the coin into the well. Still good luck to flip it into the well.
For
It
those
makes
of you,
no strategic difference whether or not you do this.
If it doesn't matter, then why not do it?
For those of you from Corrivan, this woman has a very similar resemblance to somebody you work with.
Oh. Ah.
And when you move up, her bright blue eyes look up at you, very large, and a small smile crosses her lips before she goes back to studying the scratches on the ground.
1 second. Yeah.
Ashes will not approach her, but she is looking around and taking in everyone around them carefully.
Who is looking around the area? Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Can I just do a passive perception since I'm not actively looking for anything?
And you're at a 17, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. But if you're looking around the area, okay, so we got a 13.
You
Can I use my hearing for this?
You can.
Oh my god, she's using Audacity.
Okay.
The line.
Is that +1?
And the audacity of this bitch.
And are you going to do anything, Snake Eyes? Or are you just
I'm looking
kinda...
at the woman. The woman.
Okay, so you don't have to roll the perception check. For Ashes and Carver, it doesn't take very long to realize that a very bad fight happened here. There are, no matter how bad they tried to clean up the area, there was still scuffs, there's still scratches, and next to Ash's feet, you see a small, tiny hole in the cobblestone ground where it is now brown, dark brown with blood. For Fang, you said you were using your hearing?
Yeah.
Your check, even though you are tall and you do stand out, you're able to hear whispers and conversations from the town folk who are walking by, and they're saying there's talk of nobles were attacked. One of those peasant girls are to blame. Nobody can find her. Hope she's dead. If not, we'll string her up. Heard they went after D'Artez's kid. How could they?
Don, how close is your character to mine?
5 feet.
Here is rumbling. He is ever so slightly growling.
Is there a problem?
More of the same, different place. It's fine.
The
Does
growling
what happened
actually...
here
Oh,
matter?
go ahead.
Does what happened here have any relevance as to what we are doing?
The woman...
He'll explain what he overheard.
Oh, you can... And after you do, the woman looks up going, "You work with my daughter. You look like you work with my daughter. Is she okay?"
And who
Who's your
is your
daughter?
daughter?
I don't know what... You guys do nicknames, right? That's what I heard. You guys do nicknames.
Yes,
Fang nods.
yes we do, but go ahead and tell us her name, sweetheart.
Genevieve. My precious baby girl Genevieve. Have you seen her? Is she okay?
I do not know of any Genevieve.
Would I recognize that name?
Looking at her, you, Fang, and Snake Eyes would have been able to put 2 and 2 together that she is the mother of Babyface. This is Fidget, as out of character, this is Fidget's mother. And you would have, at least in passing, known who Babyface is. Some of you, I believe Snake Eyes and Fang, were on closer terms as friends with her.
Oh.
I glance to the other two.
Ashes just raises her eyebrows a little bit at her.
Currently, just so I have this right, currently Fidget is being hunted by the collective. Yes.
Not
Yeah, not right
fully.
now. No,
Not at the moment. She's
Nobody right now
gone.
knows if she's alive or dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just that she left.
Yep. Snake Eyes will make like a motion, kind of hiding it with her body to the other two, but basically she's just like, I'll handle it, then we'll move on. And then I'll look back and I'll go, last I heard it's complicated. As far as I last heard of her, she should be alright, but with how things are and with times being as they are, I can't give you more than that, I'm sorry.
Well, last you saw, she seemed happy, yes?
Last I saw.
That's good. That's good. And as she's kind of looking around again at the scratches and scrapes and dry blood on the ground, a teenage boy comes running through the crowd. Taller than most of the people, but very obviously still young.
Before we move on,
Yes.
does Carver notice this as a pickpocket?
She is not a pickpocket, but
Okay, then
roll
Carver is
insight.
not.
Roll insight. Roll insight.
Roll Carver does not want to lose anything right now. That's 22.
You can tell that she is not a pickpocket.
Thank fuck.
She is dressed very simple clothes.
That's where they get you.
Yeah, patchworked, all that stuff, but she does not seem to have really a care for monetary means.
All right, you see Carver take his hand away from his pouch.
Okay, so this teenage boy comes running through the crowd going, Mom, there you are. What are you doing? Who are these people? Are you okay? Did they hurt you?
We are in the
Mother,
middle
calm
of
down.
we are in the middle of town, young man. We would be seen by everyone. Hurting her is the last thing any of us would want to do if we wanted to keep reputation and standing and our good looks. And kind of looks
That is
him over.
enough from you.
Hey, I'm allowed
You're
to look.
very
I can't touch the merchandise.
You're saying very quietly, go, good looks. Like it's a question.
Like, looks back at him like, oh, honey. And then looks back to the attorney and just kind of makes another motion of just like, we're moving forward. Just give me a moment. And I look to the boy and I'm like, sorry about your mother. She's in a interesting part of the city. You might want to get her somewhere where she can lay her head down. She looks tired.
I need to take her
Yes.
home.
Home.
Then go
tavern.
ahead and take her home.
No, he turns to her with these wide eyes going, we need to get home before Dad notices that we're still gone. And she kind of nods her head and looks at everyone going, if you see her again, tell her we say hi, as she's being dragged away by this young man.
I give
As soon as
a
she's out of earshot, Carver just kind of says, I will not be doing such a thing.
You're not supposed to be doing any sort of thing. In fact,
I am not.
It's not for us to find or speak to her or speak of her.
It is not relevant to our situation, so we should move on.
I'm aware. Ladies,
You seem
gentlemen.
mentally vacant to you. Looking at Snake Eyes specifically as they start to move.
You see, the attorney slowly look over to you, and it's not human.
I ignore you, and I kind of
He
I
stares.
keep walking.
He stares back.
Ash
Yeah.
just continues walking.
Yeah. Snake
Okay.
Eyes will actually address Ash and be like, Ash, how would you describe that woman based off what you were seeing?
Ashes will very briefly glance back at her. Frantic. Frantic. A worried mother. Seen many in my time. Then again, there's always gonna be worried mothers in the streets looking for child, especially if they spilled blood.
Astute.
Perhaps we should not spill
We are not.
blood.
We're not tarrying. We're moving. Unless you want to try and double time it, in which case we're not keeping pace with you.
He doesn't know where D'Artez's place is.
I know where. That's why he's got to walk at my pace.
That's why we're walking and talking.
Mhm.
I will
Yes.
let Guru, if you'd like to describe the kind of house that D'Artez has, I'm leaving that up to you.
Ah, you don't have an image for it. My goodness.
I do
Good.
not.
As we approach, it is clear that this is the house on the hill. Literally. It is an uphill walk to a building that is like 2 or 3 stories high, which there are 2-story buildings. There's big buildings down there, but this is almost like a log cabin, like fortress almost. It's wide enough that it could house probably onwards of a couple hundred people. It is set up with a lot of outside fineries, but not like gold and silver. No. Things like statues and other such trinkets to kind of draw the attention without being shiny. It's meant to
Is
make
it like one of those multi-story meat hall type things, or is it?
Yeah, mead hall. It's like a mead hall, but it was clearly changed into one person's abode with whomever was deemed worthy to reside within.
So like
Does
a
it
rent?
look fancy?
Yes.
Very.
But again, not in the way of silver and golds. It is fancy in a way of, I have enough money to get people to make statues of different things without being shiny.
So like, this is going to sound like a weird comparison, but like the Medici in Florence.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that is how it looks. It's fancy but not gaudy. Yes.
All right.
Once you all get there, standing out front is a single gentleman. He is very tall, pale, bright blue eyes, copper red hair, very well put together outfit. And as you four,
4.
Three,
I'm
1.
I have included myself in
Don't
this,
worry.
and I'm not even there. As the group walks up, this stern expression on his face changes to a bright, welcoming smile as he holds a hand out to you, going, "You made it wonderful."
I don't understand this custom.
I
Fang looks like he's panicking.
I take his hand. I give it a faint, like a little handshake. Is this which boy is this? I'm remembering this being a certain boy, but is it this boy or the other one?
When you give him a handshake,
Mm-hmm.
it is a bit heavier in your hand than it should, but there's nothing about it that would change, that makes sense to you why his hand seems a little heavier when you give it a shake.
Gotcha. Back in my mind.
Carver will also shake his hand, and
How much smaller than me is he?
He is 6'2".
Okay, so it's not just me like grabbing onto his hand with 2 fingers. All right, good.
Yeah, let's Zark.
And
Good
if
question.
Yeah, you were saying, Zark?
fuck. Sorry, I lost my train.
Okay, so would you like me to continue, and if it comes back again, you can say it?
The gist of it is that he's introducing himself in the appropriate fashion.
So as
How
you
old
shake
does
his
he look?
mid-30s.
Okay.
Doesn't look like he's had much sun. Very, like I
He's-
said, very pale.
He's ginger. They don't get sun.
They're
Yeah.
not allowed.
I mean, they
It's
do
against
get
their
sun.
code of conduct.
Code of conduct.
So, if each of you shake his hand, you all notice that his hand feels heavier and slightly awkward in your hand as you shake his hand.
Oh, Fang outright said he doesn't understand this custom. He's just staring at his hand.
Okay.
Carver makes no fucking. He does not care. I
And
mean,
you
a lot of people would give him looks for a similar thing.
And do you introduce yourself as the attorney?
Yes.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Silvertongue. It is wonderful to see you guys. I am here to bring you to midnight so you can get your job.
Have I heard of Silvertongue?
Yes.
Is he also a raging cunt?
For Artie would think so, yes. Artie would definitely think this man is a
Just
raging
with a
cunt.
light fire in this man's room.
Would what would Carver know of Snake Eyes? Would they be like a
Silvertongue,
person?
you mean?
Sorry, yeah, Silvertongue.
Silvertongue, though he doesn't look it, he has, and doesn't act it really, he has a reputation of being a cutthroat. He has a reputation of some call him crazy.
The word in some other
But-
circles is that he has moments of mania followed by lucidity.
That's it.
Would you
So-
say that
Not enough that
Carver?
you wouldn't know.
Would you say okay? Would you say that Carver and Asta would have some respect for someone like that?
Yes,
Mhm.
in a way, yes. Because he has been proven to get the job done any means necessary for the collective.
In that case, Carver will state some minor praises, basically saying, "I've heard of your work and it is much appreciated."
Oh, wonderful! I'm so glad you guys you've heard of me. Okay, and yes, and he'll turn his attention to Ashes.
This is an out of character question.
Okay.
Would as a shadow,
Mm-hmm.
would she, and with her various protective duties, would she have heard that he is someone to, mentally speaking, handle with care?
Not everyone in the Corvin collective believe that he has the actual bouts of mania. They do know that he is the name. They do know that he is dangerous and a cutthroat, those kind of things. But they don't believe the mania part. I need 4 Fang and Ashes to roll me an insight check.
Oh boy!
Wait, am I rolling an insight or not really?
Just those 2.
All right, I am.
Okay, first of all, accidentally rolled to GM. But second of all, we rolled the exact same thing.
The DC wasn't very high. So, you've heard the nickname Silvertongue. It is very much talked about in the Corvin Collective. You've never seen this man's face before.
Nope.
Okay. But what do I get off the insight?
The voice is fake. He is putting on a voice. You
Okay.
both can tell he is putting on a voice.
He's giving us
Yeah,
a customer service voice.
It's full on customer service.
Ashes will offer him her hand. A pleasure.
You as well. I've seen you in the tavern. You do good work.
There's just a wry smile to him. That's a
And again-
tiny bit forced.
And again, his hand feels heavy in yours.
Fang is just looking at him with his head slightly tilted, and his pupils are slightly smaller.
She
You don't have to shake my hand. It formalities.
she gives his hand
I'm sorry,
a
repeat
friendly.
that one last time. You cut out for me for some reason.
You don't have to shake my hand, and he kind of goes like this shrug motion, going, "It's just formalities."
When she shakes his hand, she gives it a little friendly squeeze. Is there a reaction?
I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okie dokie.
As you're doing that, Carver will start writing out, basically transcribing the conversations that are playing out before him, and taking notes of anything of relevance once again.
I'm about to ask the dumbest question once you're done with Kendall Mary. Oh, no.
Oh, I whispered her already, and I
Okay.
will let her. If Ashes wants to react to that, you can.
There isn't a reaction. She just gives him a slight nod and puts her hands back in her sleeves.
Okay, and you wanted to, Paris?
Is your tongue fake?
What?
He looks genuinely curious.
Silver
You actually see Carver respond to that slightly. He's like, Carver looks over and tilts his head slightly. And it's not a look of, are you fucking stupid?
And Silver Tongue, he's looking confused at you all for a moment before. Oh, the nickname! No. And he like waving his hands frantically in front of him, going, I'm good with my words. I'm a mask. I'm good with my
Yes.
words.
Ah, the fake everything type thing. Yes?
Speaking of things being fake and not being fake, I do believe we were told we would be getting an assignment to get this underway. I'm not trying to rush you or anything, just I want to be out of that umbrella and the like.
She may not, but I am rushing this. I would rather this be over quickly.
Luckily for us, it's not for you to rush, but we are rushing.
Yeah, right. I need to get you guys inside. And he leads you inside. And the inside is just as the outside made it feel. It is obvious there is money here. It is obvious that this is somebody of a higher power lives here. But it's not in the flashiness of silvers and golds and jewels. It's just, there's a hint of luxury as you walk inside. And as Silver leads the way inside, there is this large staircase in front of you that he leads you guys up. And as he is leading the way up, a shorter gentleman, half-orc, maybe 5'7" at best, with a bit of an attitude, marches his way down the stairs towards you all. And it looks like any normal person would. This is not the one, Paris.
She has been threatening cabbage. Let her cook.
There's an NPC you'll meet later that is Paris bait.
Dangling on a fucking fishing rod.
But a normal person would swerve, give you guys room, because there's more of you than there is him. But as he gets towards Silver Tongue, he shoulder checks him.
Ooh.
And keeps walking. And you watch from behind. You're all seeing Silver Tongue from behind. This happy-go-lucky demeanor as he's walking up the stairs. He pauses. He stiffens. And he just a turn of his head stares at this man and goes, I believe you're supposed to say, "Excuse me." The half-orc stops, turns, and narrows his eyes, going, "Do you even know who the fuck my dad is? I could buy and sell all of you. What do you mean I'm supposed to say,
Oh.
excuse me?"
I forgot he was.
Oh,
Well-
Fang growls.
I forgot he was.
You...
He's a half-orc?
He's half-orc, his mom's full orc.
God. Oh no! I look back at him, and I just kind of give this kind of roll the eyes as I go. Having fun, Teddy?
What are you doing here?
I got business. You got business. Shoo. You're in the way. Nobody wants you here.
Yes, this is accurate. Nobody does want you here.
He turns his attention back to Silvertongue, and you can all watch as Silvertongue has closed his eyes in a way that looks like he's trying to calm himself. Doesn't want anger to brew. But when he opens his eyes, there is nothing but jet black in his eyes, as a grin spreads across his lips, going, "I'll make sure your father knows about this. I'm sure he'll love to know that you said that to me." Before turning around, as he blinks, his eyes go back to normal, and he starts up the way, as you hear Tedric practically fall down the stairs, running away.
Fang is staring hard. He looks like he wants to chase as fuck.
Anyone from Corvin knows who Tedric is. He is that son of a noble who thinks he is better than everybody else.
And he's a POS. You know how you've been asking that question, Kendall, of a lot of different people's? This is the one that makes all of them look kind and tame in comparison. This is the most raging. This is the barbarian of cunts.
All I can think is, I ain't afraid to hit no damn kids. These hands are ready to eat for everyone.
He's not even a
He's
kid.
child.
He's not even a
Can
kid.
you
Yeah,
guys-
when Ashes heard him start talking, and as he continued, her eyes just kind of dulled.
Yeah, that's everybody in Cor. The collective members don't like him. The reputation is he pays for friendship.
You see Carver look over to Silver,
Mm-hmm.
and he lightly dusts off his shoulder and he says, "You handled that well. You must tell me where you get your suit tailored. I might be interested in a purchase on my way out of this
Oh,
citizenship."
This. Yes. You're gonna have to ask my associate, because he had it custom made for me. You're about to meet him. He's been waiting. We stalled a little bit longer than I wanted to. And he looks down the stairs where the front door is wide open. Tedric has left. Because it's not every day a collective member shows true fear. Unfortunately, Tedric is collective. Nepotism is alive and well in the collective. But
Out
you
of
saw
character, I want to run down the stairs and just do the Egyptian snowman image of me with something in my hands, ready to just bring it down the back of his head. But I'm behaving.
Only reason Fang did is because Snake Eyes started moving.
Yep, we're moving away.
Yes, so Snake Eyes leads you up the rest. Not Snake Eyes. Silver Tongue. The S's are throwing me.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I did this too because there's a lot of S names in Fidget's backstory. I did this to myself.
Yeah.
There's Sebastian, Severus, Samuel.
Anyways, He leads you to this double set of doors. It's obvious it's not a bedroom. This looks like a workplace. And as he knocks for a second, but you don't hear a response, as he opens up the door and says, they're here, as he steps aside and lets you all in. As you enter, it is a dark looking office. The lighting's a little weird. It's you could tell it's bright outside, but there's something about this room that is still just dark, ominous. And maybe it's because the person who you're meeting has a preference for it. Hard to tell. But standing in front of sitting at the desk, leaning back in the chair with his fingers in a bit of a pyramid and a blank expression on his face, is a slim man. Very slim.
Hey, it's the boy.
Alabaster pale skin. Black hair. Haunting looking eyes. The best way to describe his outfit is he's a bit of a dandy, if you know what that is. Very proper, very put together. Doesn't look like he gets his hands dirty.
Aristocratic?
Very.
Okay. Human bitch boy.
I'm loving you guys' responses to these people.
By the way, I would like to request that you guys stop saying cunt. It just doesn't work.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, just the okay.
You will not stop my cussing whether or not you like it.
No, I don't care if you say anything else. It's just that I don't even have anything against the word cunt. It's just that it doesn't work with your fucking accents. Either say it in a British accent or don't say it at all.
It's appropriate a curse word. Get out of here.
Anyways, Silvertongue closes the door behind you before moving next to the desk and goes, "Everyone, this is Midnight. Midnight, this is the group you were waiting for." And he sits up just a bit, puts his elbows on the table, and studies you.
Carver goes through the traditional formalities of Southern Cormundum and introduces himself, and most importantly, he starts documenting what is happening as is required of him.
Again, everyone from Corvin, you know the name Midnight. People fear the nickname Midnight. It is very feared upon. It is very obvious that he is higher up just by how people talk about him. And after you do the introduction, his hands lower to the desk, and a smile spreads across his lips, and he goes, "Well, I must say that I am glad to finally meet you all. I do wish it was under better circumstances, but being the case, I was able to get you all a simple job. Clear up this little mistake and put you back in the good graces of the collective. Now," and he stands up, and he's 5'5". He's not a tall man. And he is very slim, very put together. He has the suit jacket that has slightly tails to it. He is just,
the coattail.
Yeah, he's got the coattails. Very Louisiana dandy. Best way to put it. I knew that would get you, Ferris.
Oh no.
Now, here in Corvin, we've been having a bit of trouble the last week. You see, there was this scuffle in the town square that we are afraid might be linked to false prophets. Out of character, false prophets are, if you ever watched a mafia movie and there's that one or two characters who boast that they are mafia because they want the clout, they want the respect, they want all that, but they're not actually.
Dumbass.
Yeah, that's what a false prophet is. But the collective thing is a bit different. False prophets get fed information from an informant inside the collective. If found out, it is an instant execution. You do not get to plead your case. So, feeding outsiders information about the collective is a death sentence.
You
So back.
see Carver.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes don't widen, but it's clear that his attention has been piqued. False prophets. It has been a long time since 20 years back in South Cormunda. Is this a common occurrence here, or is this an outlier?
Seems to be a bit of a growing thorn in the collective side here to be having these false prophets show up. It was rather calm for a while, but they started popping up, and our sources have possibly found the leak in our small group here. And the job that I am giving to you all tonight, or today, and he kind of looks out, seeing that the sun's still up in the sky. Today, I want you to see if these rumors are true. Our very own Jinx may be the reason why these non-collective members are getting this information. Out of character, the Corvin people know Jinx. He is the bartender of the Last Rose Tavern. He is well liked. He is very much collective, but he is very young.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Old guy.
Yeah.
Is at there right now.
Yeah, the old guy was there right now. He works nights. Jinx works nights.
So, this Jinx, what can you tell me about him and his?
Not much can be said about the poor boy's past. The collective took him in at a young age, off the streets. Kinda got raised in with us. He's good at his job. He's the bartender. He works with a young Penny at nights, and from my understanding, he keeps his nose clean. He makes the customers happy, and he does his job. But unfortunately, my sources are saying that he is the leak to the false prophet that may have actually caused the fight in the town square.
So, if my understanding is correct, this alleged clean-slated individual has been scouted out as your leak. But what confuses me is his motive. We cannot act without a potential motive, as I'm sure you're aware.
And really, I am hoping that you guys come back from this little investigation to find that my sources are wrong and he has had nothing to do with this leak. Because I, myself, cannot find any reason why he would turn his back on the collective.
Carver turns to the rest of the people behind him and he looks them all over and he basically goes through and recites all the information that is relevant to the case and what it is that they specifically are tasked with doing. And yeah, and he turns back. Is there anything else that is to be stated?
You in particular, and he points to the attorney. Your name came up in my notes because it was informed to me that you would be the one representing these three. And I know that your job is really to be a bystander, to make sure they do their job. But as per the note, I am to state this as so. Midnight of the Corvin Collective, the one under the boss and higher ups, who is stationed higher than you and your boss, give order that if a fight or anything is to break out, you are to fight, and if possible, bring back one of these false prophets or Jinx himself for questioning. Is this understood?
Carver, you see, and to everyone else, it seems like he's stunned for a moment. But actually, what are y'all's insights?
17.
11.
18.
Okay, the 17 and 18, there's something almost inhuman about him standing there processing the information. It's not like he's processing it like whoa, that was just stated. It's like he's just registering what was stated. And after a few moments, he continues as if nothing happened. It is understood. Should these individuals come under fire, I shall protect them as best as possible, and I have the authority to act to bring harm to a prophet, or, if possible, to subdue them and bring them here. And there will be no ramifications for this?
There will be none. This is an order brought to you by D'Arthez himself, who unfortunately is in the process of still cleaning up the mess that is Town Square, so he is a bit indisposed at the moment. He is wanting me to tell all of you, though, that if this job is completed, that a promotion is in all of your futures.
Ava will walk forward and he seems to produce a paper from his pocket, and from the tip of his finger, he basically writes up a miniature contract just to basically say, this is official.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants it in writing so that if, like, something goes wrong, and if they break their end of the contract, or this is false information or whatever, he can point to it and say, hey, this was what I was ordered to do, so that it doesn't land on him.
Midnight will take the paper and give it a cursory glance before picking up a pen off the desk, turning around, signing it, and handing it back to you.
He will return it to his personal archive, which is his front pocket.
Mind if I ask a question?
Of
You may.
course, you're always able to ask me anything that you might have.
How much are we able to cut loose on this?
Cut loose.
Do I have to hold back? Do I have to causing any further harm? Do I go up against? Do they try and jump me? Or what?
You may act as you see fit, so long as the job is completed.
I am needing from y'all tonight is I need you to go to the tavern, see if my sources are correct about Jinx. If they are correct, you are to bring him in alive for questioning before execution is taken care of from the higher ups, and if able to take care of any false profits in the process, there might be a little extra coin in your pockets.
For the first time this entire time they have been traveling, Fang actually grins. And it looks entirely malicious. Understood. Anyone got any other questions? Can we get the show on the road?
Unless anyone else has further questions, I believe we are ready to make our move. The sooner this is done, the sooner I can get back to dealing with my own region.
Okay, if nobody has any problem with it, I'm gonna time skip us to the tavern.
Go for it.
Okay. We are in the Last Rose Tavern.
Welcome
This is again the home base of the Corvin Collective. It's night. You waited a bit until Jinx was actually working. The tavern is busy. Well, busy's a word for it. There's more people inside than there was this afternoon. Usually it's collective members that come here after a job. But tonight, there are two out-of-place parties gathered around two different tables, seeming to celebrate and talk joyously. Everyone roll me perception checks.
Sight or hearing?
Sight.
Oh, that was 2GM. That was 22. I thought I clicked public. My bad.
Okay, so for one of the parties, which the DC, I shit you not, was a 5. Because I wanted this one to be figured out, so I kept it a very low DC. At this table sits 5 humanoids. At the head of the table is a tall, slim man with short yet shaggy hair, and he's talking animatedly with his hands to another tall, slim man with a goatee and black hair. There's a beautiful black woman with her hair pulled back into a bun who will put in some little bits here and there before filling the tavern with a bright laugh. Finally, there are 2 sitting there kind of quiet. One with shorter black hair and glasses, and another one with a ponytail and glasses, who they'll laugh from time to time, but they seem to just be enjoying the company. And as you're looking at this group, the black woman kind of starts laughing, goes, "Dawn, say it again, come on, say it again," and starts laughing again. Have you all figured out what I just did? It's us. We are
no.
there.
We're just having a good time.
Well, Comp and Zark are having an animated discussion. Paris is laughing happily, and Kendall and I are just vibing.
The bickering.
For Fang and Snake Eyes, and I'm so glad you got the score you did, Fang, because of the other group there. It is part of the group is kind of keeping to themselves. They look like they're on their third, maybe fourth drink. One of them is sitting there and she's staring at this tankard, wondering why it was put in front of her. She doesn't drink. And there is this petite, very busty woman with heeled boots, flannel, and a blindfold, having a very loud discussion with a beautiful, maybe a monk, kind of hard to tell. It looks like monk clothing, but made to look like a commoner. The monk isn't able to have much of a part of the conversation, as she seems to be getting frustrated with the bustier woman. And this is what you notice as you go in.
Don't worry about that.
And and find a table.
I just imagine that's what fucking Snake Eye says, because Fang immediately zeroed in on that problem.
Listen. We're here to focus on one thing and one thing only. Don't worry about them. Look, the old friends of mine. Don't worry about it.
At the bar, you see a slender. This is one of the NPCs I do not have a picture of because it is not as important to Fidget's backstory.
Yes.
A tall, purple tiefling with round glasses, her hair pulled back into two dark pigtails, and kind of a, best way to put it, barmaid top. And she's rushing around, and she's talking with the different groups, and she's the people from Corvin know her as Penny. She works night shift with Jinx.
Please tell me she's not about to trip.
At this point, no. But
Okay.
but then behind the bar, you see a tall, tanned, blonde young man that you all know as Jinx. He is just barely old enough to serve alcohol in Corvin.
Is he old enough to drink it?
Yes.
Old enough to serve it, old enough to drink it.
And he's talking to two people at the bar as you walk in and find yourself a table. What would you guys like to do?
I try and make sure we're at a table adjacent to the conversation, but not right next to it. Partly so that the attorney doesn't go, all right, we're going to deal with this, and immediately walk over to them. I don't grab you, I just kind of put a hand on you and just kind of go, we're going to sit down.
Ava looks over and says, "Oh, this is your ship now."
Good. Let me sail it, because the winds are storming. And I can...
You're making weird metaphors again.
Because I feel that pull. You know the one where shit suddenly starts changing? Yeah, I'm feeling that, and I'm feeling like I want to start pushing it. You know what happens.
He just gives you a very... He just gives a very slow blink. Do I need to get the rope out again?
Listen, if you want things
I'm
to be...
just asking for ahead of time.
Not... Sit your fat ass down.
That. He looks
You're
actually insulted.
Oh, sweetheart, that's a compliment where I come from, and your ass is awful fat.
The ears are twitching. so quickly right now.
Good times.
I love you so much, Kendall. I love you so much.
Harvest just
Just sit
kind of
down.
yeah, he's just sitting down and observing what these idiots do until something happens for him to like he's
Ashes
just
will go
taking
stand.
notes.
Ashes will just kind of like lean against the wall, watching them. But she's also keeping her eye out on the rest of the room.
Fang will
Does-
sit down, and he's still trying to ear hustle to the fucking conversation, but he's very much looking at the table, just like, what the hell just happened?
Does anybody go and approach Jinx? Do you scope out the area, or do you want a perception check to overhear the conversation Jinx is having?
We have at least 2 people wanting to overhear the conversation adjacent
And perception.
to. Yeah.
Perception check.
Is who are the 2 people?
Me and Fang. I don't know if you wanted to or not, so I didn't include you.
What I was gonna say was one of the when the race that I am takes rests, it looks like he's inactive or an emotional state, but he can see and hear as normal.
Okay.
Smart.
So he's going to just sit there and basically just not move.
Are you just now catching on, Paris?
Fucking Detroit become human!
So,
Would you like
Can I
to as well do a perception check, or is there something else you would like to do, Ashes?
I want to do a quick perception check, but I would like to approach.
Then, go ahead and do a perception check so you can kind of know what's going on before you approach. I feel these rolls. I feel these rolls.
It
I
just means
miss
that-
my.
I just love
I
that.
miss my perception junkie.
For Ashes, unfortunately, the other 2 tables are a bit too loud for you to really hear the conversation.
You hear in one of the tables like, no, it was a red flag. Literally, it was on the top of the carriage.
And you just hear the ponytail girl going, "Not this again, really? Really?" Anyways, for Fang and Snake Eyes, you 2 very much recognize the 2 that Jinx is talking to. Give me a moment here, because I have to hide myself from Paris. The first one... The first one, it's kind of hard to tell because he's sitting down. He's hunkered over, kind of leaning onto the bar. He looks sad. But he's got his clothes, he's wearing pants and boots, but he's not wearing a shirt. He has a holster for his great axe that never leaves his back. And he's got a tankard in front of him that he looks like he hasn't touched. And this is Tank. He looks distraught. He looks upset. I saw it coming! Sitting next to him, who seems to be consoling him, is this man, compared to Midnight, who was like an average height, man. This man is considered petite. But yeah, this man is considered petite. He has the same red hair as Von Sterling.
Another the boy.
He's got the goatee. He's got a slight goatee. He looks younger than he probably is. Early 30s at most. And you know him as Razor. and they are both having a conversation with Jinx. Well, really, Jinx and Razor are having a conversation to Tank. And you just hear both Fang and Snake Eyes here. Really, the boss says you need to eat. Everything will be okay, from Jinx. And Tank just lifts his head going, it has been a week, and there has been nothing of her. To which not Silver, there's so many. Razor kind of pats him on the shoulder going, you heard the boss. He says that it's this she's on a job. That's all it is. She's on a job, man. She's on a job. And Tank sits up, and it is obvious that he is 6'7" and towers over Razor at this point, going, something is wrong. I should have heard from her by now. This does not feel right. And that is the conversation that is had that both Snake Eyes and Fang hear as Ashes approaches.
Question.
Do I hear the end of it as I approach?
Yes, you hear that something doesn't feel right, is the part that you hear.
Do I recognize them?
You have seen both Tank and Razor in this tavern. Most nights, Tank is happy and jovial. He drinks, celebrates, he's known for getting into bar fights just because he can. This is not how you know Tank to be. Razor, on the other hand, is a fellow shadow, and you know that there are some personal walls you have to put up to not get too attached to things. And it is obvious that Razor is somebody who does that. So that's what you know of him.
Okay.
And you approach.
Oh, darling Tank, can I buy you a drink? It looks like your hand's empty.
This would be the third drink trying to be given to me today. I do not need drink. I need answer.
Answers for what?
I have not seen Babyface in over a week. We do job together. She is not here.
Is she due for a job today?
She has been gone for a week. Von Sterling says it is job. It does not feel right.
She'll kind of glance at Razor.
And Razor will meet your gaze with one of it. He's not trying to hide it at all. He is out of the loop. He does not know what is going on. But he is trying to console Tank, who looks like he will get into a fight soon. Out of anger and frustration if he doesn't figure out soon.
Okay, well, Ashes will look over at Tank again. I do believe we saw her mother on the square a little earlier.
You saw Babyface mother.
Yes, you might have better answers and luck with her.
This news I will take.
She
Thank
kind
you.
of looks back over at Razor, because she more gave him that information for the sake of not starting a brawl and giving him something to do.
There is almost like a militaristic nod of his head of thank you that he returns to you.
And then she'll look over at Jinx. Jinx, sweetheart, it's been a minute.
Ashes. Do you want your usual? You came in with a rather large group. Everything okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you for a little bit.
Oh, you know you always have my ear. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, you know, we're about to go on a job, so might as well, shoot the shit before we leave.
If it's not one job, it's another, isn't it?
Oh, always.
Any juicy details you can tell me? I promise not to tell no one.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm not the one with the juicy details. There's a guy over there. She kind of gestures at the attorney.
You'll watch Jinx look over, and his eyes get a little big.
Yeah, the attorney, like, the way he's in the state that he's in, it kind of looks like a hollow human looking dead into his eyes, even though he's just like, he's just sitting, and you see like the barmaid next to him, like, can I get you anything? Do you want? And he's just
Yeah,
sitting
Penny
there.
is actually Penny is at the table going, okay, welcome to the Last Rose Tavern. Nice to see you again, Snake Eyes. And she kind of looks to say something to Fang, but Fang has gotten up.
Usual for me, he might be up and about moving around. He'll probably come back for his usual later, but don't order anything from him just yet. He might be on the move soon. You know how he is.
Yeah, I can't keep him in one place too long. Understandable. So you want your usual? Just the drink or food too?
Just the drink for now.
Coming right up, and and she turns and looks at the attorney, and turns and looks at you, kind of going, and just points to him going, what the fuck? And literally, just what the fuck?
Yeah, he's busy.
They let anyone into the collective these days. Oh my god.
It's ironic because he looks way out of place.
Yep.
And
he looks so professional and clean cut, but not in a regal way, if that makes sense. And everyone else around him looks like they had just like walked out of the mud.
in comparison, yes. And as Penny is hurrying away, the tavern doors open, and this cloaked figure, has to duck to get through the doors. And as he stands and he takes the hood off, you see a towering red tiefling with a goatee, and just peeking out from his back, the hilt of a sword. As he glares at everyone as he makes his way to the unoccupied part of the bar and sits down. And Penny walks over to him and just kind of pats him on the shoulder, and just for a brief second you see a smile come across his face before it disappears as she does, and his eyes turn to look at the table, and there's a glare. Anyone from Koravid knows this is a collective member. This is Shepherd. That is his collective name.
Oh.
He is working for the collective inside the town guard to keep them off your back. To the collective members, he's just cranky.
I tap Penny as she goes by.
She'll stop.
She'll point to him. Give him a bit of extra of whatever he's having. He certainly looks like he needs it.
Oh, you know, in this town, everybody needs a little extra. And
We'll put you gold on our plate.
Before we do anything else, I need to take a quick pause and go use the bathroom. I recommend anybody else do the same. I will be right back.
Fantastic. I need to pee too.
Yeah, so let's all take a pee break real fast. Be right back.
Hold on.
Aggressively pisses on stream.
No! We'll be right back. Put on the sign. Alley-oop!
Okay, I'm back. Are we all doing good?
Wow.
I think we're just waiting on a Zark, and I think Paris, unless Paris is here. So, did you all like the little gift I left for you so far in the tavern?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just
Okay.
doing some stuff while
You're good.
Carver is going through like PTSD. No.
Oh yeah. But did you like your? Did you all like your little gift of being in the tavern?
Yeah.
That way, if anything out of character needs to be said, or you want to have your character say or yourself say something, you now can. You're in the tavern.
We're here. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, us looking over at our characters. Those are some gay-looking bitches.
You hear, like, furthermore, when the blue flag is raised, it means that there is like battle oncoming. But if it's on a ship, that is what that means. But if it's a red flag, that means that
Danger.
we're fucked.
It means danger, obviously.
Exactly. So, like, why is this so hard to
You guys have been having the same argument for the last 5 minutes.
The problem isn't
Let's
that we're
order
having an
some food.
argument. The problem is that we've agreed. but we keep bringing it back up.
Hang on, I'm just gonna take a drink of all this fucking shit that's going on. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Speaking
we're just interacting as our characters.
I'm into the blue flag screaming. I'm like, all right, I've missed something, but fuck it, sounds chaotic. Let's go.
No, it's the table of us. Just
Oh,
having
good
the
lord.
argument.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
good lord.
welcome. You're welcome for putting us there.
Also, as a just a quick thing that passes by, when the blindfolded one makes their way past you, because that is one of my current peoples and whatnot. They do step past you, Fang, order a drink, pause, and they're blindfolded, but they very pointedly look at you, look you over, rub their chin and go, 7.5, 8, I'd hit that. And then act like nothing
Slowly
happened.
turns to look.
And then acts like
He
nothing
slowly
happened.
He slowly turns to look at them, processes that, and then kind of like crosses his arms over his chest. Not like the huffy, but more like the I feel like I've been exposed.
I have put quiet at
Oh no!
quiet is
a
at
menace.
it's at Guru's disposal to use as he wishes until we leave the tavern.
Understand that this is one
This
of
is a
if not
mistake.
the thirstiest hoes I've ever made.
You've
Yeah.
told me, but yes, you have. You have told me about quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment you had messaged me, Paris, about what you wanted for Fang, I messaged Guru.
The thirstiest hoe.
Must be accosted.
So we are back. Is everyone ready to continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we just had Fang tell Penny to get Shepherd a little extra before hurrying to the back. Ashes is still talking with Jinx while finally Tank is drinking and seeming to eat. Razor looks relieved.
Can I go up to Tank? Because I'm assuming I recognize these people at this point.
If you are part of Fidget's friend group, this is basically Fidget's friend group.
Okay.
So they are familiar with you. You would hang out with these people. So
So
feel free.
now that it takes him a few extra seconds to reboot from Quiet and her antics, but he just goes over to Tank and puts his hand on her shoulder. Brother, it's so good to see you again. He actually looks happy.
He looks up with, like, his dark green eyes get large, and the first smile he's probably had in about a week. Crosses his lips going, Fang! You come to join tonight!
Unfortunately, on business, but I could spare a few moments to speak. You look down.
I cannot find baby face. It has been weak.
She is tough. She will be alright.
Ashes say, you saw her mother?
He nods. And perhaps her brother? There was a young
did-
child who called her mother.
She might have mentioned them in passing. I need to listen to her more. Anyway, sit, have drink.
You will sit down with them.
And you'll see that not only has Razor tried to give him a drink, Jinx has tried to give him a drink, Penny's tried to give him a drink, so there's 2 extra tankards next to him if you'd like to have one.
It seems like people have been trying to butter you up.
I am going to do what none else would dare think to do for Tank. The true thing that Tank needs right now.
Do it.
I will wave over Penny and I'll whisper in her ear and send her off to give Tank a basket of sliced potatoes. This boy needs to eat. He's not looking to drink away his troubles. This boy needs to eat. Whether or not he eats them or not, he'll probably just look at them and be like,
Taters.
"Thank you," and not eat them. No, not like tater, like just like sliced potatoes. Not
You're,
bricks,
you're
just like
getting him chips.
I'm getting him
You're
chips.
getting him chips.
Yeah,
Yips.
Penny will smile at you, going, "I have. Obviously, that's what he needs. Thank you," and she'll hurry off.
I love this.
And she'll, as Fang is talking to Tank, Penny puts a basket of chips in front of Tank, going and motioning over to Snake Eyes, going, "Your friend's keeping an eye on you."
I give him a little wave
Oh,
slash salute.
nope. Don't look at that. That was me messing around with another character.
Looking
Fine.
at it. No.
What'd you do?
I'm just fucking around while I'm waiting. This carve is
Carve-
literally... Yeah,
Her
So I'm-
armor's off.
yeah, whoops.
Frank looks at the chips and looks like he's questioning something before he takes one. He tries to eat it. It's not fun. He's a carnivore. Cat teeth. This ain't working.
Ash is gonna look over at if Penny's the only waitress, she'll flag her over. But if there are other ones around,
It's just Jinx and Penny at the moment, and Penny will come over with a bright smile as you wave her down.
hey darling, do you mind getting my friend over here maybe some fish? Whatever you got.
She'll look over to Fang and just kind of, her brows lift from behind her glasses, going, "Usual, Fang?"
Yeah.
Please. Don, I'm DMing you something. Also,
On
Mary,
my-
for fun.
On my tab this time.
On your... And there's a look... Penny looks confused, but, like, smiles because I don't think that Ashes would do this for most people. If you say otherwise, we can say otherwise, but if not, Penny's gonna look a little surprised before nodding and hurrying into the back.
I'm feeling generous today.
Be right back real quick, and then you can address what I just texted you, Mary.
Okay. Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Should I tell her who I based Penny on?
Not yet. Later.
Okay.
We need to get to these false prophet sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's waiting for another person to approach because she's kind of trying to occupy Jinx while she's sitting over there.
The attorney is just waiting for...
Stuff to happen.
Yeah. Because at the moment, he's just kind of silently watching, waiting, taking mental notes. You
Has
know,
the group come up with any plan, or are they all going on separate plans? I'm just wanting to make sure I can keep this track. Are you guys going to come up with a group plan? Or are you just going to all see what you can get out of Jinx?
I am letting them get the information, as I have preconceived notions.
Okay.
And by that I mean Snake
As-
Eyes does.
as for me, Carver, his job is not to interfere unless, you know, combat breaks out as he was ordered.
Okay, I'm
He
back.
is just to watch and observe and document what happens, like a
Okay.
good boy.
So, now that you're back, Paris, Penny comes back with your usual drink and your usual meal and kind of taps your hand with hers and smiles before she has her cloak in her hand, going, Jinx, I need to call it an early night. Do you think you can handle everything? And as she's standing there next to Jinx, he kind of looks startled, kind of going, You're gonna leave me with the bar? Is the boss okay with this? And she goes, oh, you'll be fine. You got these guys. Just tell Fang that you need help. He'll take care of it.
Huh? He actively just goes, huh? Maybe
she'll-
I'm not the best at taking care of a bar.
No, just if anyone in here gets out of line, just help Jinx. That's all I ask.
Alright. You can certainly hit people,
Oh.
can't you, Fang?
That is kind of my job, yes. He looks so actively nervous. Like this is confusing. What have I been put into?
Am I being volunteered?
And yeah, and Jinx looks a little confused by this and kind of goes, does everyone have what they need real fast? I need to go talk to the boss. I'll be right back. And he goes like confused and hurries into the back room.
I suppose be safe, Benny.
You too, Fang. Make sure that Jinx doesn't die for me, please.
He nods his head.
1, 2. Fang,
Yeah.
when you glance back, you know better than to worry about me.
Yes.
I'm not there. GM,
Yes.
I cast invisibility on myself, and I'm going to hustle to see if I can see if Jinx is actually going to the boss or if they're heading out the back door.
Okay. As you follow him, it looks
Okay,
okay.
I have a
Go ahead.
question before this.
Yes.
Can I smell which direction that Snake Eyes went in?
Perception smell roll.
I love it when we can say stuff like that.
By the way, now Carver's just like by himself, just staring
Behind you?
blankly.
Yeah,
I would say yes.
So Fang just looks up, looks around because he doesn't fully know where Snake Eyes is before he kind of like pinpoints, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's what she's doing.
yeah, Ashes is once Jinx is moved around, probably follows her with his eyes and moved back to where the attorney is,
Mm-hmm.
so as just to not leave him alone.
Yeah, because now you see that Snake Eyes isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
For
I know what Snake Eyes does, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
then I'm not worried.
There was
At the
no
very
incon-
least, you're all familiar of each other's jobs. Some of them are more friendly than the others, but that you are familiar with their jobs.
Yes, and being clear, there was no incantation, there was no me waving my hands or words, I just disappeared.
Yep.
Goblin.
So Snake Eyes.
Yes.
As you go the direction that Jinx is going, all you see is an open back door.
Uh-huh. Cool. I will turn around. I will grip a copper ring, copper band, that's really just wrapped copper wire around my pinky, and I'll hold up to my lips and point in the direction of Fang. We might have a runner, as I will give chase to see where he has run off to. That is sent to you, Fang. You hear me say that. You can reply to that message.
And let the group know if you want to let
Yes.
them know that.
He'll
Jinx
just reply.
ran.
He'll just reply on my way, and he will. When he passes Ash and the attorney, very quietly but quickly, he will go. He's out the back door, and he'll head out the building and around to where the back is to see if he can find Snake Eyes. Jesus Christ, I'm running out on names here for some reason.
Don't you love it that everybody's got nicknames?
As soon as that happens, it seems like Carver returns to life.
He's booted back up!
And he looks to his left, and he says, "Is there a way we could potentially cut this individual off?"
Do we know our way around this place?
You
And-
do.
Excuse
The
me.
best way to get around is, unfortunately, Town Square, but you are also familiar with back routes to get there quicker if you feel that he is going for a direct way out of town.
And is that
So
something we can infer from this?
Yes, collective members know the back routes. He is collective. He is probably going back streets.
Okay, then. Yes. I mean, yes. There are quite a few. Shall we?
I'm already running.
What can
Yeah.
what can Carver surmise from what's your name?
Ashes?
Ashes. Like, can he, just by looking at them, can he figure out what class they are? I'm asking if they need a catnap or not.
What do you... No, she hasn't used anything.
You know what? I just wanted to do things, okay.
I don't understand the question, bro.
No,
Yeah, okay.
don't be vague.
Alright. Aurelius, wrong guy. Damn it. I failed. The attorney will get up and follow.
Okay, well then she'll, she'll bolt to, cut him off.
Ashes, your job is to track people, yes?
Yes.
Give me a survival check.
Cool. What the fuck, man?
Oh.
I'm going to do something that comp does too, it's just not usually brought up. You get 1 inspiration per session. You can re-roll if you would like.
I'm going to re-roll.
That is... Go ahead.
What the...
So you
So
find
determined to
Lord.
be too.
So you find them, but something happens. Oh no.
You... With the 8, you see 2 set of footprints. One heading towards Town Square. One heading towards back streets.
Carver looks at Ashes
And-
looking for guidance. Like, should I go one way? Should you go the other? Like, he doesn't say it, but it's that look.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question now.
Mm-hmm.
The back streets are to out of town, right?
Yes.
And we figure he's going out of town, right?
Correct. So,
So
are you going to follow the ones that go towards the back streets?
I have one more question.
Okay.
Does he have any known accomplices?
Just his small friend group, which consists of Tank, Razor, Fang, Snake Eyes, and Babyface. But he doesn't seem to associate with anyone else.
Did any of them seem like they left with him? Or around the same time?
Snake Eyes disappeared. But
Outside
then
of
Fang...
Snake Eyes, because they're part of
No.
our group.
Yeah, no, Tank and Razor had not left the bar. And nobody's
God,
seen
it's-
Babyface in a week.
God, it's tempting to go to the town square, but I'm going to go to the back alleys because that's the logical form of line of thought.
Okay. So you lead the attorney that way?
Yes.
Okay, and Snake Eyes, where have you gone?
I've been following the boy through the back alleys because that's the only way that I would go. And I could
You
lose him because I'm going the way I would go.
perception check, please.
I'd say luck be a lady tonight, but I'm known for being quite the bitch, so perception. It's good.
Ooh.
20.
You In the distance, you see two cloaked figures seeming to have a bit of a scuffle.
Fighting?
More of a one's trying to hold one in place while the other one is trying to run.
Can I determine who they are? I mean, I am invisible, mind you.
Yeah, from this distance you cannot tell who they are.
I approach to try and see if I can see who they are.
Roll a stealth.
Ah, I have advantage.
With advantage because you are invisible.
Huh, not as great.
You may get a bit of a way to see who is these two figures. But you make a bit of a noise coming closer, and you can't see what who one of the people is. But the other one, the hood slips just a bit, and you see Jinx's blonde hair take off, running as he pushes the other figure away.
This is
Yes.
late because I forgot,
Mm-hmm.
but Jinx is human, right?
Jinx is human.
Okay, I have advantage on survival checks to track my favorite enemies.
Then go right ahead. Let's see what happens.
One more roll. One more roll.
I have a question on how to roll with advantage on
Oh,
D&D Beyond.
right click, and you will be given the option of advantage or disadvantage.
Okay, I right clicked, and it
sorry,
did not give me
left-
I left
click.
clicked, and it just
It
rolled.
just rolled. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. So when you hover over the number, right
It gives
click.
me a B. There it is. Okay, advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Roll.
I mean, bright side rolled high.
Yeah.
Would you like to go with the 21?
Yeah.
Let's backpedal. You want to go you can tell that the footprints you want to follow are going towards town square.
Okay. Then that's the way I lead.
Blah.
If Snake Eyes, you also see him running towards town square.
Ah, okay.
And the other hooded figure who he pushed away is chasing after him as well.
I didn't get a chance to see them. I'm following, but I'm trying not to be seen so I can see who the fuck this is. It'll be someone I don't know, and I'll be like, ah, cool, and I'll blow them away, and I'll walk away like a badass. But I have to know who it is first.
Do we all say that you all head towards town square?
Yes, I am following the directions of the expert in this field. So,
Okay, no perception check needed or investigation or anything as you guys all convene in town square. You see a hooded figure talking to a bunch of people, and you can't see the face, but they turn and point at you.
Mm-hmm.
The group. And they all go running towards you.
who?
It's just a friend, don't worry.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, so they go running. This group of people go running at you as the hooded figure runs away. Does anyone
Oh.
have something they want to do as you see this group running towards you?
I have
was
an
only
idea.
concerned with what.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is it,
But
Kendall?
no one's going to like it.
No,
What's
that
your idea?
I have the spell Greater Invisibility,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
and I'm playing a tracker.
Yes, you are.
So she's just
So?
gonna kind of glance over at the attorney, kind of jerk her head toward the others. Follow them, and put her hands on herself, and whisper something in Aveling, and cast Greater Invisibility on herself.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll
Okay.
see you in therapy.
While
So,
she continues to pursue the
Okay,
hooded
so-
figure.
so the attorney has been instructed to follow
Bang.
the. Okay. So as he runs,
Uh-huh.
he seems to whisper something,
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly there's three of him chasing after.
Fang.
Yeah, so this is mirror image.
Okay. So, as you're running, this group of 8 people come running towards Fang because Snake Eyes is still invisible, and 3 of the attorney as Ashes goes chasing after the hooded figure.
Bang just grins.
Everybody,
Alright, it looks like we're getting into a fight!
yeah, everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
The fight map. Where
Can
am
I do one thing before we start initiative?
Yes, you may.
Well,
Awesome. Let me look at this ability to make sure this is how this goes.
Which side are we coming in from, by the way?
Yeah! Hybrid form! Let's do this!
Okay, you are coming in from the bottom of the map. Go ahead and put yourself on the map. Kendall, I will help put you on the order tracker.
look, I rolled a 1, and I'm satisfied with rolling a 1.
Ugh! Oh no!
It's ready!
And then,
Hold on.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
very
be suspicious.
There I am. Cool.
Who's
Just
suspicious?
so we
for
have...
the turn tracker, just
Is
make it a 2-4. Or should I just roll again to make it
Oh
easier?
no, you can put yourself in.
Yeah, okay. I've put myself
I've
in.
been-
I just need to.
I've been having issue. There we go. Ashes is there. Would you like me to just add your 2?
Yay.
Okay, and I
Arrows,
have
go.
one roll I need to do.
So I'm following.
Let's claw at the door. Oh my lord. There is no god! We've all been betrayed!
I see no god here.
God damn it! This is what we get for having Quiet nearby. Quiet's iconic.
Who is
last
quiet?
sheet. Don't worry
It's what
about
happens
it.
when you're at home. No.
No, I'm gonna remain
Okay,
a hood.
so-
You can't stop me. Let's see.
So, and Ashes on 10, we'll do something separate for you tracking the person who's running on foot.
Excellent,
So-
and I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I knew that this was gonna happen, and I have stuff set aside for this. Okay, so the
He has a
false...
plan, Arthur.
Yeah, so
We just need more money.
Just let her talk. Let her cook.
So the false prophets have all approached, and they've taken into this formation around the well in town square. Let me see something here. I want to make sure I have the right distance before I do anything. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. This one here is going to fire at Fang. He has a longbow. And I take it that misses.
Yes. Can I flavor this just for fun?
Feel free.
He just catches it in his mouth and snaps it while smiling.
Okay. This one is going to fire at one, just fire towards the attorneys. What do needs to be rolled to make sure that if it hits? Hold on. I'm reading the spell. Let me see if it hits, if it would quote unquote hit before we roll the d20. Actually, you roll it at the same. No, let's see here.
I think it's like he rolls first.
Okay.
The spell's duration, d20 roll to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
Okay. Does a 17 hit one of you?
A duplicate AC is 10 plus your dex mod. My dex mod is 1, so that's 11.
So, roll to see if it hits you or your duplicate.
Okay. Yeah, boy. D20, go! Yeah.
It hits one of your duplicates.
So you see, like, basically what's happened is it gets struck, and it melts into shadow, basically.
Okay. This next one up here is going to fire at you again. Because there's 3 carvers. They're confused.
Chaos and Carvers! Pandemonium!
Roll again to see if it hits you.
This just in, Carver's a little bitch.
Roll again. Let's see if it hits you.
Hold on, I'm getting my die up. Here we go. That hits.
It's gotta be a 6 or higher for it to hit a duplicate.
Yeah, that's what I said. It hits, but not me.
Okay. So doesn't that, like, make the duplicates disappear?
Yes.
Okay, so now it's just Carver.
Yeah, now it's just Carver, and he's just sitting there like, shit. So, I forgot to mention, Carver this whole time has been walking with a cane.
Ah.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I'm saying for now.
So
Because he's at the bottom of the turn order.
let's see here.
I'm pretty sure you fucks know about his lycanthropy, so...
I mean, you
Yeah.
just showed it off, so you know.
I mean, beforehand.
Are you looking...
All of the...
So go ahead.
Can we continue?
No.
Yeah. No, what's your question?
No, I thought you were trying to figure out something about the turn order thing. I didn't realize you were going to the next people.
No.
Hit us.
I still have... Yeah, okay. So the 3 in red, with the 3 with the red auras, are all going to move here.
The other 2 don't
Here.
have the aura showing.
Don't worry about it.
They're
the only 2 without auras showing. That makes it works.
Yeah.
They show for me, but
that's fine.
then again, I put them on there. So they all go towards Fang. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll once, and if it misses, they all miss. Because we'll be here forever.
The one who's got the biggest aura for me, so this one, I have Polar Mastery. He entered my space. Well, that was a 19. I don't know why. Oh, damage for that!
It has auto damage turned on.
So
fuck me!
So that one takes 11 damage. Okay, let me write this in. I have to track all this stuff.
I forgot to do the claw thing. Oh well. Pretty sure you can still use a fucking weapon when transformed.
Yeah, you should be fine. Okay, 1 hit to see if they hit.
No.
I'm pretty sure that misses. They get to swing again. I'm also... Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Meets it, bits it. Oh, excuse me.
9 times 3.
Are these
that's worse.
non-magical weapons?
These are regular rapiers.
All right. You're in hybrid form.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to do the math. 27 and then divide that by 2. Fuck, 13.
Yeah. And then these two have been kind of blocked, so they're just going to move. Next, we have Fang. What would you like to do, Fang?
Boy. Hang on, I have to adjust to all of this new class. give me one moment. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to activate my right at the storm. This bonus action.
Uh-huh.
Make sure that I do this right. I'm pretty sure at the moment it's a fucking D8. Let me look. Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, level 13, so it should be D8. You get that at level 11.
Nice.
Okay.
And who is the putz who fucking smacked me?
All 3 of them got 1 hit off. So take your pick. Okay, you want to go after that?
Slap this boy. Yeah. Let me make sure that I'm not doing something wrong. I'm sorry. There's a lot that I have to check with Blood Hunters. I've never done this class before.
Luckily, we have Guru who can help.
Hello.
I'm not gonna use a blood curse on you, shit, fucker. There's something I can do that does psychic damage. I can't remember what it is.
That's your brand. The branded castigation. You have to hit them.
Okay. And then I can't do it again. Okay, so yeah, just... Yeah!
Oh.
Hold on. Because that doesn't include the right!
So we have 15... You just did 30! Holy crap!
Level 13
This is the
goes
one you've already
burr.
whacked.
Yep.
This is the one you already whacked. Okay. Does Blood Hunter get a second attack or do they only get 1?
Get 2.
Okay, then are you going to swing at him again or do you go after one of the other ones?
Oh,
he just looks at the... He just looks at this one who's, I'm assuming, clearly fucked up.
You did more than half their health on 1 hit.
And he just... His eyes just slowly roll to look at the rest of them. You should have run when you had the chance. I'm gonna hit the one directly in front of me.
Meets it, beats it. So go ahead. Another 14.
Oh wait, that doesn't include my fucking right, god damn it! There.
So, 18 to the one right in front of you, yes?
Yeah. And the 4 is lightning damage.
Okay. Next, is there anything else you'd like to do, or are you good?
No, I'm good. I used my bonus action for the right, so that's all I got.
Okay.
Yep.
Ashes. Why did that put you at 20? I don't know.
It's weird.
It's got you guys in order still, at least. We're good. It doubled it. There we go. Anyway, so you're following after the cloaked figure. They're not the fastest person, and you're pretty quick, and you know this area.
And I have mobile.
Yeah, so you know this area well.
Mm-hmm.
What would you, they're in your sights every time they take a turn, you're right behind them, you're keeping pace with them. What would you like to do?
The footprints they're leaving behind are the same ones I was tracking before, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Give me a second. I never played a ranger before.
Uh-huh.
Can I offer a question of assistance?
A question of assistance?
Yeah, meaning that I would offer assistance, but I need to ask you a question first.
Okay.
Do you have Hunter's Mark? The spell.
No.
No. Okay. Then carry on. I was going to say if you were within 90 feet, you could have Hunter's Mark to them. But you
Yeah, I'm a
already have advantage.
Gloomstalker.
That you can still Hunter's Mark them. Hunter's Mark is a spell available to all rangers.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to rangers.
The the Vengeance Paladin also gets it.
Seems about right.
You cannot escape from me.
Effectively, yeah.
Oh, I can add spells.
Did you forget to add spells?
Like to hunt.
Yes.
Ah. Are you a ranged or melee attacker?
Ranged.
Ranged. Okay.
And
Then Hunter's Mark will still help you because it'll add damage to all your attacks and whatnot. You just have to be able to mark them, and it will make it so that you can magically track them for X amount of time.
okay, I'll just add that since I forgot to.
A question for the DM: are they within
Yes.
90 feet?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So you can either, if you're trying to like shoot them to take them down, that is an option, or if you're trying to just follow and see where they go, you can do that and use Hunter's Mark to make sure you don't lose. But it would lose your greater invisibility though, just so you know. And making sure you're aware of all your options. You do have advantage because of your favorite enemy. You should be good, really. Just chase them.
Okay, I'm going.
You're going to...
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark, and I'm going to pull out my crossbow.
Go ahead.
Oh no, they got the gat. They're strapped. Fire. You have to hit the
Okay.
the word to shoot it. You have to shoot it first.
On roll 20, you just click on the plus whatever it is next to the weapon.
17.
That hits. Plus 5 damage.
Plus 3 because of Hunter's
Plus
Mark.
3. So that's 8. And you hear a grunt
Take 2.
before...
And I have another. And are those both of my actions?
No, you.
Hunter's Mark is bonus.
The attack
Okay,
action you
'cause
can
I
make
haven't-
2 attacks, but first turn you can make 3.
Cool.
Yeah, so you just get to go pop, pop, pop if you'd like.
Fire away, fire away.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Feel free.
14.
14?
Just misses.
Oh.
And I get a third?
Yep. You can say, I don't like that. Do it again.
The third attack. Wait, no, you Gloomstalker, so you can just re-roll the attack roll. The strikes thing. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you missed with attack, so you can just be like, nah, I want to try and hit that.
Yeah.
Because this class is fucking slick.
Literally, how dare you make me miss?
It's like the gall. You made me. Oh,
So,
fuck.
yeah. So still missed. But now you get your
Okay,
third
yeah,
attack.
so
Alright. I'm going. Am I close enough to touch them?
they are keeping pace about 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna shoot him one more time.
Bam.
Okay.
Can't see that. Why did you roll all the way over there?
16.
Right.
That hits, so that's 4
Plus the d6, and then roll a d8. Because that is the Gloomstalker way. It is the way. Whoa.
Oh! Ow!
And the d6. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, you get to do another thing for for your thing, another
One.
d6.
Ah,
8,
of course.
9, 13. Ow! Okay.
Math is hard.
No, I'm just like this poor person.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's take him alive!
Ashes is scary. I don't know if you guys know this.
Oh yeah, and they're slowing down. They are now 15 feet ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm slowing down. I slowed down too with a fucking crossbow bolt in my back.
Yeah. So, is there anything
2
else you'd like?
crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can do?
You bonus action Hunter's Mark. You've done your 3, and you're moving and keeping pace with them. Yes.
Yes.
Then I think that's it.
All right.
Snake Eyes.
Well,
Your turn. What is going on?
well, you see, this is all super adorable. It's really nice, you see. It's so cute that you all are just having this nice little time. But I think that the best thing for me to do, and I am going to be dropping out of invisibility, is I'm not going to do an attack. No. You see, there's too many good buildings around here. Like Anchor Point here, stuff right here. So I'm going to just really quick, let me see if I can do this right. So, up from here.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna quickly drop out. I'll be back in like less than 5 minutes. If my turn comes up, just assume that Carver's assisting people.
How do people do the thing where they can hold it and do like place to place?
Oh, hold Q.
There we go. Or hold Q? Okay, cool. I figured
That's
out
what I
by
used
right
to
clicking.
do.
So you see how there's a 20-foot cube right there?
Yes.
I'm going to be rolling something in a second here, but I just kind of come out of invisibility and I just go, I hate the cinematics for this. As I will pull out a crystal that when I move, it looks like it shatters when it stops moving, but when I move it again, it looks like it shatters in a new direction from the new stopping point. As I say, looks like you're all in a sticky situation. And a glob of web flies and just kind of drops over them as I cast the web spell.
Fang's ears twitch at that pun, and you can just hear him go, oh.
You know I hate this spell as much as you. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, such a bad pun.
However, I also cast a spell.
Roll on your chart.
I'm fine for now.
Yes.
You
You're
didn't.
fine. He did.
So if you want to put a box of white out just around that area, it is a mass of thick, sticky liquid or goo and whatnot, webbing, that fills a 20-foot cube.
That's what she said.
Yep, it is
How
difficult to
do I
rain.
even do that?
So hold on. On the left side, there's actually. Can I do it?
Uh-huh.
Technically.
Can you?
Technically.
You have my permission if you can get roll 20. I have learned roll 20 for this, and this is something I was not prepared for.
Hello.
Can
Hello, I am a DM. This is your webbing for the evening.
No,
There we go.
this is not DM. This is your hyperfixation to want to learn it when you first got this.
Shut the fuck up.
Don't lie to
You're
me like
right.
this.
It is anchored between the well in the center and the wall, I believe, so it should stay up. Each creature that starts a turn in the web or that enters it must make a dex save. If they fail, they are restrained, which means that Fang will have advantage to hit them.
And you go right after them.
And you know what? Just for fun, I'm going to no, not that. Don't hold on. Don't look at that.
Put a box around yourself.
No.
The timeout corner.
I'm going to take another step forward. And do I have the thing? I should have the thing. I just need to double check my. Yes. I will spend the sorcery points needed to quicken spell. Cantrip. And I will pull the, again, just a kind of cracking motion of the crystal as I will look at them and be like, take a breather, and I will blow poison spray at the one right here. You need to make a DC 19 con save or take 9 poison damage, taking 0 if he succeeds. Ooh. It is supposed to have another D12 of damage. Where did my damage go? It's supposed to
I don't know,
18.
but they failed.
18 points of poison damage.
Okay. 18.
It tried to reset on me, that horror.
And don't you have to do something for
yes,
your...
I will. Yes, because of the magic item I chose.
You little fucking chaotic creature. You little chaotic creature.
Even my cantrips can surge, boys. But only the ones that do damage.
Chaos.
But only the ones that do damage.
So...
I know the item was worth it because I know you, but I'm curious as to what the item was. Tell me after this.
After.
So, Zark, are you back?
I do not think so.
It keeps doubling, you guys. I love that.
If you typed it in instead of just right-clicking add turn, and you try to add turn with the initiative in there, it will keep adding the number again and again every time it's their turn.
That's okay. I will just... I know that it's the right thing. So, Zark is not back. He is playing support. So, we go to the false prophets. And they have to make a DC 19 dex save?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes, all 5 of them. Or they be restrained and they cannot move, but they can make attacks at disadvantage. No.
Okay. Let's see here. That's just going to be for all of them. They're all restrained. The one that you did the poison spray at.
Yes.
Is going to...
Better not back the fuck up, bitch.
Load another arrow and fire.
Bitch, don't you dare.
Unfortunate.
That hit.
My cat's knocking on my door.
That'll hurt, yes.
So, let's see here. You take... Why did it do it twice?
Why is it just a flat 12 and 11?
I don't know. You're within the Wouldn't it be at disadvantage because it's longbow?
No, I'm not within 5 feet.
Okay.
I should have stepped up into his face, but I
Oh,
didn't.
because they did the sneak attack if I wanted to do sneak attack. Nobody's sneak attacking.
Ooh, they can't sneak attack me if they don't have advantage or someone within 5 feet.
Yep. So you just take the 12.
Still ow,
Oh,
but
wait,
less ow.
the bandits. Which one made an attack against him?
The one directly
The
above
one
me.
up here.
Damn!
Inspiration says no. I succeed! The web stays. Fuck you. Roll 20 trying to be like, drop the web. No!
Okay, we have another arrow coming at you.
Don't you dare.
Oh.
That'll hit.
Wait, how do you have a +2 con save as a sorcerer?
Don't ask
Because you're not-
questions.
So it's another 5 piercing. And one more, because all 3 archers are taking their shot at you.
Nice.
Listen here, ho! And I just kind of take a half step forward and I hear the third one whiz and I look over to him with this look just incredulously, are you fucking with me?
Yeah, and
Your
they
Fang
miss.
laughing at you.
And they obviously miss.
Mm-hmm.
So, these 5 use their turn to try to make their save. I'm just going to say. Next, we have Fang.
For him laughing at your misfortune, but at this point they're such friends that they both are laughing at the other's misfortune. Let's see.
You have advantage.
That's right.
I put them in
Let's
a
see.
put them in a fishing net for you. A cat getting to snack on the fishes.
So, when you're ready, Fang, we have
Trying
this one who you've been knocking the shit out of.
That man got
then
fucked
this-
up.
And then this one.
Alright. Let's get this one.
Okay.
Yaga!
Oh, you're gonna kill this man. Go ahead. Do your worst.
20.
14. Oh my god.
Don't look at me. I do math fast. Basic math.
Let me see here. Okay, so let's see here. Do this. He's dead.
Awesome. Fang just skewers him on the glaive, lifts him up, and looks at him almost inquisitively before just flinging him off the glaive and turning to the rest.
The rest of them can't move, so even in fear, they can't do anything.
Perfect.
That'll miss. That's double ones.
Hang on, let me look at something. Hang on a minute. Damn!
You have inspiration.
No, I...
You used it earlier?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nope. Alright, continue.
Okay, so you're just gonna stay there with the people who can't move.
Uh-oh. Jaden, you fucking idiot! He climbed up the chair, now he can't get off!
Okay. Ashes.
Hmm.
As you're running, another hooded figure comes running out from one of the side streets and holds up their hands in front of you and lowers their hood. It's Jinx.
But then what?
Not me! It's not me! I swear it's not me! It's not me! Please, you gotta believe me! You gotta believe me, it's not me!
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what?
They're setting me up! They're setting me up! Please, Ashes, you know me!
Why would they do that?
I told them no! I told
what?
them no. Don't trust Ait'seh. Don't trust Ait'seh.
Answer me. To what?
I saw myself. They saw myself. They wanted me to work for them, and I saw myself, and I said no, and then I woke up in my room.
Can I insight check?
Sure. He's telling the truth. He sounds crazy, but he believes every word he is saying to you.
I'm not playing a good person.
You don't have to. You don't have to be nice to him.
She's gonna grab him by the front of his cloak
Mm-hmm.
and drag him in.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Ashes has Jinx. By the way.
But Jinx
So
is
he-
also
Okay.
looking away.
Now, Sugar, you know that I don't play in the games of honesty. Honestly, I don't even play in the games of words too often. The fact that I'm talking so much today is really, really draining.
They're setting me up, Ashes. And we're going to leave it there because would be the turn. Because we could talk forever. Trust me, I know we can.
Yes, we can.
Snake Eyes. Your turn. Doesn't something happen to the web?
Comp, if you are speaking.
Nope.
Oh, there you are.
I didn't say anything.
But doesn't
Something
doesn't
happened to the
something
web.
happen to the web? No, doesn't something? Oh, it's just flammable.
It's flammable, and they can attempt to cut their way out of it, but it's attack roll at disadvantage.
Okay. But it is your turn, and 3 people tried to shoot at you.
3 different people. The gall.
If I wasn't in the middle of something right, I'm still in the middle of something. I might not. She will. You know what? She's going to reach into her pocket and very quickly take out a coin. Not worth my. She catches it, slaps it down, looks at it. Not worth my time. Covers her hand and says, "I'll see you on the other side." And we'll take the crystal, wave her fingers over the top of it, and take a step back and dimension door over towards the direction where Ash went. She does not know exactly where they are, so she's going about 300 feet ahead. But before I do, I gotta see, is it surging? Nope, not yet.
Okay.
So I use my 4th level spell slot, and I'm no longer on the board. I'm away. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
He's on the roof. Oh my god.
I said I'm like 300 feet ahead, trying to catch up with Ashes, and I don't know if I'm ahead of the person running or if I don't know where I'm at.
All I will say is you can hear panicked Jinx.
Good.
From where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, attorney, it is your turn. What do you do? The ones in this white box are restrained.
Okay, so. And to everyone else, this looks like an illogical course of action. But Carver pulls out his book. And he writes something in it. And I will say this out loud, because at this point I feel like everyone, the jig is up.
They know what you are.
Yeah, so what he will write in his book is, Permission to overload.
You hear, after a few moments, permission granted.
Okay, so let me check something real quick.
Why'd you leave Fang with a bomb?
He
Because we're supposed to.
Because we're chaos.
You see the sorcerer walk forward into the center of all these restrained individuals, right?
Okay. Go ahead and move your character into the
So
middle.
about here. Now,
Okay.
I want you to tell me what a let me check the details of this. A 15-foot square around me looks like.
You can anchor it in a way to get them, but avoid Fang from where you are.
Okay. And
The
what are the top ones?
The top ones are out of range.
Okay. Suddenly, you see this, like, you see this man's skin starting to peel off, this artificial flesh and blood falling off, revealing a metallic skeleton at its core. And you see this, like, electricity dancing across his body. His eyes are pitch black and are shifting like shadows as a thunder wave appears from beneath him.
It's time to be terminated. What the fuck? Did you just 7th level cast Thunderwave?
I'm not even. Hold on. I'm not even going to. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Remember, I'm a support.
I'm a support, but
I'm
Okay.
a
So-
Dr. Butt energy.
So,
Oh no.
we're going to end combat there because I'm going to have these 3 just leave.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because my Discord's freezing.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
no.
good. But yeah, we can hear you. We
Okay.
are ending combat. And we are going to... Give me a second here, because so much stuff is now happening. We are now going to focus our attention on Ashes and Jinx. He is standing in front of you. His hands are out. He's terrified. Going, please, you gotta believe me. You've gotta believe me. And if we want, we can say the other players at this point are making their way over. Oh,
please and thank you. Because
Kendall will be back.
Oh no.
Yeah, I am.
Their Discord went. Bleh. Voice chat. Discord said, "Fuck you."
No.
I have to restart my computer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Tragic. So as the attorney approaches the group, his body starts taking shape of a more effeminate form for the next quote reattachment. And he will approach. I just need to be clear. Is this an area where there's no one around and their phone is dead?
Yeah, it is just you guys. If anyone hears you, they're not paying attention.
Carver is going to slowly approach this individual.
Okay.
And he's going to...
He's still being held on to by Ashes.
Mm-hmm. So he will walk up to Ashes and ask them, hold them up to me.
Ashes will turn him around and show his face to the attorney.
Okay. I need to make sure I understand how dominate person works.
Don't I have to roll something?
That's not what the question is. The question is more so, is this a spell that compels someone to tell you the truth?
Which spell?
Dominate person. Because I also have charm person.
Charm person would make them... You have advantage on convincing them. Dominate person. They are charmed. It doesn't say they have to speak. Like, you can tell them to talk, but...
Okay.
That would be DM's discretion. I personally would not, but that is up to the current DM.
Okay.
Which one would you like to use?
Now that I've heard this, I would rather use... dominate person's so much more terrifying. Like, there's a part of me that wants to do style over substance, but at the same time, look, worst comes to worst, he can always use his secret weapon. So I will use dominate person. No, charm person, sorry.
Okay.
And it will be at 6th level, I think.
Okay. So I need to roll a DC 18 wisdom. Give me 1 sec. Because I want to be fair about this.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have this character sheet open because I didn't think I needed it.
Yeah.
Shoosh. My cat's meowing at the door because now he wants out, even though he fought to come in.
He's a cat. He has no object permanence.
He failed.
He is a cat. He was fighting at the door, not to be in.
So what you see happens is the darkness that's within his eyes seems to spill out down his metallic face and across his arms and like towards this person's eyes, and it kind of like covers it, and Carver just kind of says, friend, I need you to tell me the truth and nothing but the truth. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Please, tell me why it is you have betrayed our organization.
It wasn't me.
Do you have any evidence to prove that it wasn't you?
His eyes dart over to Ashes. and goes, "You saw the other person, right? Saw the other person, right?
I
There's
saw
another
you
one.
tussling with someone.
The person you were I know it
The one
sounds
I
crazy.
shot.
Yeah,
Did I run into this group, or did I run into the fleeing shot figure?
you've run into this group.
Ah, fair enough.
Also, check your messages. I asked you something.
No, totally.
It's okay? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but yeah,
Later, of course.
you're with this group.
So your alibi is a single eyewitness, which can be faulty. Are you certain that you saw a second person?
Was it me? I
I'm
was
not
running.
asking you. Carver's looking over towards the ashes. Are you certain you saw a second person?
Yes.
I saw two people having a tussle. One of them was Jinx. Looks over to Jinx and looks around slowly. Didn't see who the other one was, but it's possible.
So you have two witnesses who have seen a second person, but this person was tussling with Jinx, which could potentially mean that just as likely as it is for them to be an accomplice, it is that likely that they could also be an enemy. So tell me, why should I believe a word that comes out of your mouth? Something's not
saying that
right.
you're saying that to Jinx.
Yes.
As he opens his mouth to talk, you hear a as another hooded figure and a towering figure come into view. They both lower their hoods, and it is Penny and it is Shepherd.
Hi.
Shepherd just looks between all of you.
Is there a problem?
Your time is up. You have him. Bring him in.
Very well.
No, wait, Shepherd, no! Jinx is trying to struggle in the grip.
Ashes tightens her hands. Sweetheart, I can make this very uncomfortable for you. I suggest you stop struggling.
As can I. And a spike of shocking grasp comes over him. It is to incapacitate, not to kill.
Okay.
So, should I roll to hit or just roll the damage?
We'll just say it happens.
Okay.
Why not let him plead his case?
That's
And-
not our job.
My job here is to ensure that you guys finished your trial by tribulation. In order to do that, we need to bring him in alive. We have an understanding, do we not?
Yes.
Good. He will plead
Yeah.
his case before the local jurisdiction. It is not my place to look after the people in this jurisdiction. Mine is in Cormundum. Therefore, my job is to bring him in with you guys to make sure that you guys are no longer entrapped in whatever web of bullshit you found yourself in and return home. So I suggest we move.
Shall we time skip it again?
Yes.
Fang is just looking at Snake Eyes.
Okay. we're gonna time skip. You are now all heading with a slightly out of it Jinx back to where you first met Midnight.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice anything out of place on the way?
A perception? Sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. That flag is slightly lower than normal.
Yeah, everything seems in place.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so
Pull
you
Snake Eyes to the side before we go and finish our mission. Done!
No. She looks distracted.
He'll jar her. He'll gesture with his head, like, to a more quiet area.
Kind of shakes her head.
He will grip her wrist. This is the first time he's been insistent on this.
Fang. Kind of just gently pry his arm off. And then we'll put her hand up and we'll whisper in message. This went a little too smoothly. And I think I
He
know
nods.
why. But I can't say it here. Because I already know too much.
With my passive insight, would I be able to pick up on something not being right between those two?
Not between me. I'm acting like I'm fine. I mean, I'm a little bit out of it, but otherwise I'm fine. Not with your passive.
Okay.
and the 17, I think it looks like two friends
Alright.
having a conversation.
Perhaps a little swabble. You know, a little rough, but otherwise fine.
I figured I'd ask just in case.
Fang just responds with talk later in like a question.
Desperately. And an in message so that no one else hears. If you're asked by Tortez to do anything, just say yes and come back and talk to me. And don't tell him I asked you to do that.
He nods.
So do you join everyone in the room with Midnight?
Yep.
Okay. Midnight and Silvertongue are standing there, and they both have large smiles on their faces, going, my, you two did. I mean, not you two, sorry. You guys did a wonderful job. I take it by his condition that, sources point to my sources being correct.
It is
And-
up to you now to interrogate the suspect. My work here is complete. I expect payment by the time I return in my carriage, as I'm sure you're aware of the normal compensatory amount.
Oh, yes. Actually, before you go, and he'll look to Snake Eyes and go, you stay here with me and our prisoner. Penny, why don't you show our newly promoted to our boss? And Penny will give a grand sweeping gesture for the attorney, Ashes, and Fang to follow her.
Fang does not look like he wants to leave.
Ava very clearly does not care.
Why her specifically?
Because. Go. It kind of gives you a look that just like that talk later look.
Ashes
walk
will
up to
look over at Snake Eyes. There's always a barrier between shadows and a lot of everyone else, but there's a look of reassurance. Like she's giving it to her for a moment before.
Before you turn away, Snake Eyes, you know scribes tend to be very into their own work, very detached in their own way, not too far from shadows, just in a different vein. There's a moment where they let some of that tension of keeping their own face up, and they look to you with this look of worry before it slips away, and they just give a little nod to you.
There's a little twitch of her brow, but she'll nod back. She'll twitch it up and continue walking out.
Okay, as you three leave. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you're
I'm just
fine.
kicking you first out of the room.
No.
Farewell.
Do you want to do
We'll walk
something
up.
before you leave?
Yeah. Fang will walk up to Snake Eyes and he kind of tilts his head before he just leans down to put his forehead against theirs and just gives this very slow blink before he goes up and goes back to Ashes.
She blinks back slowly and kind of smiles.
So, the doors will close behind you three, and we're going to have a little moment here with Snake Eyes and the out of it Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as Silver Tongue and Midnight, their attention isn't on you. It's on Jinx. Before Silver starts laughing. Just as color fills his cheeks, his hair grows longer and darker. His clothes change.
Yeah.
And Midnight turns to you as horns sprout from his head. And he kind of cracks his neck a little bit, going, "You did well. Dutez will be pleased."
Surprised at this point that you don't just call me abandoned.
There might be something in the cards. And we'll leave it there.
Out of
To
character.
that spookiness.
Yeah, out of character, abandoned are recruiters.
As Penny leads the three of you down the hall into this grand library. And anyone listening, I need to set the mood because this is going to really set the mood. Song change.
Trying to meet Ganondorf?
Yes.
As you enter this grand library, this is where a lot of the money is for this person. It is to show off. And is the library showing for you guys?
No.
I see
It's
a
a
black
black-
screen.
Yo. Let me refresh, actually. Let's
Yeah,
see
let
if
it
maybe
refresh
that's
as
what...
well.
If it doesn't show,
Nope,
I'll do.
sorry.
It's gonna switch anyways. So if it's just a black screen, okay, that's okay.
The black
It's
screen
fine.
is
I have
enough.
dark vision.
Oh,
No.
shut your fucking mouth!
Standing,
You're fine. It shifted
standing
like-
in the middle of the room, is a tall, slender older man. He's looks his eyes are cold, and after it was shown to somebody, this picture, I cannot unsee the fact that he looks like a mixture of Doctor Strange meets Sherlock Holmes, both Benedict Cumberbatch.
With a hint of Norman Osborn to it, now that I'm looking at it again.
I was gonna say
Oh,
it look.
sweet Jesus.
No wonder he looks like an alien.
I was about to say he looks like if David Tennant was part of a cult.
And as you three enter, the door closes behind you, and a figure walks up next to D'Arthez. It's a cloaked figure. They lower the hood, and in front of you is Jinx. And now, D'Arthez, take it away.
My fellows, my new associates, forgive the puppetry and the shadows that you had to walk through in order to stand before me on this day. It has been some time since I have been so inclined to reach out beyond the borders of this quaint little establishment to seek out proper talent. You all certainly do have more than a modicum of that talent. I'd like to extend my hand to you in offering that in your promotion, you don't just step up in the collective. No, I want to see you be greater than them. Greater than shackles holding you down. Keeping to the rules we have set for ourselves, but being greater. I'd like to offer you all a chance to join my retinue, to join the chosen. We'll offer a hand for any willing to take it.
Can I go step up? Why the fuck not?
Yep.
Under the condition that I keep my partner.
Your partner is good. We can make arrangements for that.
He'll take his hand.
Ashes will look him over. Under what terms, sir?
The terms that the chosen are above the collective. They operate outside of their normal confines. You answer directly to me, and you get orders in passing from them when they see it fit, but I will give you paths to expand us as the collective were. How shall I put this? Showing too little ambition and too much fear in the same breath. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping your ambition in check, but ain't nothing wrong with showing a bit more courage than what my associates are used to. What my associates lack, you have. You all have. And I want to help exemplify and make use of those traits as they should be.
While
She'll
you're
take
She takes the hand.
she'll take his hand,
Mhm.
but she'll look over at Jinx.
Jinx smiles at you. It's easier to say yes.
While your offer is an intriguing one, I find that this is a local matter, and therefore I should consult further with those within my inner circle.
I disagree. As I said, I'm a man of ambition. You coming here was...
Ambition means to be seen,
Yes.
and
And-
I do my job better if I am not seen.
Lies
He
and
gestures
slander.
to himself.
Yeah, he just lies and slander. You do your job best when you are seen and heard. When your voice is not proclaimed from the rooftops, but when it is stood before a group of people, and when you can lay down the law and say, this is how it is. This is where you need to go. This is the right thing. Not because it necessarily is, but because by the laws and by all that you have put in, all the hoops you have managed to get them to jump through, you've drawn them to that conclusion. You are not in the shadows, not as much as you think you are. You or your constituents back at the law firm. Yes, I am aware of your group. I find them to be quite fascinating. I like them. I'd be willing to reach out to them in the future, but right now I need someone who I can trust to reach out to them. If you're thinking you might need a moment or two, I understand. All I'm asking is that you stay a while and
If
listen.
if it is all the same to you, I would prefer to confer with the headmaster so that I may come to a conclusion that way.
I'm not
If
saying you
she
can't
joins
confer.
you, if she joins you, then I will.
I'm not-
Otherwise, I will not take a side in this.
I'm not saying you can't confer, my boy. I'm saying stay a while. Get all the details. Otherwise, if you go in there half-cocked, how is she supposed to believe a word that I'm saying through you? You might have the sharpest mind about, but if you don't know nothing, how can you say the right things?
With your permission, may I transcribe what is being said so that she may...
Come take a seat, and we'll have a chat. The two of you, I look forward to talking more. You're dismissed. He will go. He will sit down. Motion for you to sit down with him. And he doesn't smile, but his eyes have that sharp gleam of someone ready to begin work.
You can tell in the way Carver is acting and responding that it's less a question of if he should join, but more a question of if he has permission to join by his programmer, basically.
Right. And we'll put a pin in that. We don't need to get into all the details there.
Yeah.
Not here, not now. But
He is starting to write messages to Asta regardless, so...
of course.
Mhm.
Well, again.
Ashes will sit with him.
Oh, you're gonna sit and listen? Would Fang like to sit and listen?
He's going to fight Snake Eyes.
You both were
We can end it
technically
with-
dismissed, but as Fang
Yeah.
listens and the two of you take a seat.
Yeah. So Fang went to go find Snake Eyes. We can end the session with the two of them. If you would like. comp. If not, we can end it here.
Let's say end it here.
Okay.
We'll leave the question
With-
of what they actually talked about afterwards.
Okay.
It's a nice
So-
little mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you.
Speaking of mysteries, can I ask, and this sounds out of left field, can I ask everyone to roll a perception check?
Oh,
The answer is no.
Me and
no, that was. Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta reload my fucking. At some point, I closed my character sheet. Okay, so this is the stupidest thing. Is this based on sight, smell, or hearing?
This would
It-
be
Oh my
sight.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. So, were you looking for anything in particular by the end of this?
I think you know what I was looking for.
Only you saw him.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that. Thank you, everyone in our lovely chat here who's been hanging out with us tonight while I told a very twisted story of what the collective is doing in Corriban and what Fidget ran from. We usually stream these on Monday evenings. Next week we're going back to the Cormundum Chaos campaign where we are on a ship about ready to start combat. If you if
I get to go back to playing my nice person. Well, sort of nice. Nicer.
Rascal.
I
If
gotta
you-
go back to playing the actually good human being.
Yes.
If you missed any of this session or you want to rewatch, these are usually uploaded to the YouTube channel Uncommon Guru. And again, we stream every Monday here on WhatTeamComp. I've been Purple Moss, your DM, who's messed with all the players' minds tonight. Thank you for coming. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.